How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. Later than usual. I know we're always late, but we're later than usual. Apologies for that. We're a bit held up. A couple of us got a bit held up. But hit the like button same way. We are here. It is well, it's only 9:15 in the UK, but big up everyone watching worldwide, because obviously we have got a lot of worldwide watchers out there and subscribers and supporters and whatnot. And big up the people in New York as well, because we've had an abundance of messages and praise and and whatnot for the Fox 5 interview. It is out now. We had a lot of questions about it on the last couple of shows. When's it coming out? It is out. It came out today. Both links are in the chat. I've pinned the live chat as well. In the live chat, sorry. So after this show, go over there. It's not long, 10 minutes or so. There's a couple videos, so there's 2 links there. So make sure you go over there and watch that and let us know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, show the support and love for the love. We might play a bit of it later on in the show as well. Actually, I might even get it set up on that. Big up everyone in the building. 1,100 here. Big up Hugh. Big up SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, THUGGERY, the whole team. All channel links in the description below. As you can see, Toby's leveled up, man. Look at the camera quality. Look at the editing. He's linked up with Skull Thuggery. Make sure you go show Toby's channel some love, because
new season, new him, man. New season, new Tom. You know
how many times are you gonna bust this? How many times are you gonna bust romance, man? From enemies to lovers, man. That's some weird.
All this time you were just buttering him up to get him to work for your channel, weren't you?
Him and Skull Thuggery's relationship is so strange, because like they're always pretending like they hate each other, but they love each other so much. They love each other.
I'm not buying it anymore.
You're not buying it. I do hate it.
You're fake.
I do hate it. It's a love-hate thing now. It's a love-hate thing now.
Yeah, man.
No, big up though, man. We love to see it. We love to see it. Show some love, people. Make sure you subscribe to all channels, because everyone's doing regular content. It is transfer window time, and there's normally a lot of news. This past 5-6 days or so, there hasn't been much news. We're going to talk about the little news there is, and then maybe open up the floor and then get the super chats in and see what the comment section wants to ask us, and then we'll look over the Fox 5 interview for a little snippet before we let you go, and you can go over there and watch it and show some love so they know what it is. But yeah, starting with TOBS, who has leveled up. Tottenham, another signing, second one of the summer window. What is it?
Third signing of the summer window.
Who else you got? Maddison, and who else?
We signed Vicario, the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, Vicario. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Man said like.
What? How did I say it? Tell me how I said it.
No. It's cool. Significant signing.
Significant. Go on. How you feeling, man? I guess this is the Lucas Moura replacement.
To be honest,
big shoes to fill.
How do you replace a legend? How do you replace a legend, man?
God, please, you man, not this legend talk, man. Please. please.
More importantly, are you back in the gym now, or like are you distressed back to your normal?
More importantly,
yeah, because let's just get the. I just want to know that you're okay now, because you were stressed, man.
When was I stressed?
You were stressed out.
New York, day by day.
Are you back in your
no?
Are you back in your routine? Are you doing your
yes, I'm back in the gym for sure. Second of all, I wasn't stressed in New York by everything. I was stressed in New York by like Uber drivers, right? Uber drivers.
I definitely stressed about them.
People chatting shit to me on WhatsApps about Harry Kane and shit, man. That was it. Oh, and I needed some good food. That's it. That's literally the only things that stressed me out.
Yeah, we know you needed good food, man. You made us drive an hour to get some fucking oxtail.
Turkish stole my flipping what do you call it? My oxtail sandwich. Yeah. So
let me put this to the chat. Let me put this to the chat. Listen, chat. Yeah,
this is feisty.
We've gone into the what is it? A deli? What is it? About day? What was that? A deli? Yeah, it's a deli. Cool. We've gone into the
spot. Yeah.
After waiting 45 minutes in the queue outside, hot. Yeah. So imagine all of that. We get told that the oxtail is running out, and there's still like 5 people in front of us. So we get there. I'm at the till. I'm talking to the manager, the head woman in charge. TOBS is talking to Skull and whoever else he's talking to. The woman all of a sudden comes and says, I can do 1 oxtail. I got enough left for one oxtail. I'm there with her. Toby decides to turn to Skull and say shotgun.
Do you know what? Do you know how this guy's a liar?
I'm with the woman, the head woman in charge. I'm just here.
You know why this guy's a liar? Do you know why this guy's a liar? I shotgunned it before she even said it was unavailable. Do you know where this all started? So when we were waiting outside, yeah, some guy, I think her son, he came out and said, after this person, there's no more oxtail. There's no more oxtail. That's what she said, or that's what he said. I said, mate, and it so happened that the guy in front was who they were pointing at. They said, after this guy, there's no more oxtail. So I literally said to dude, I said, yo, what's it gonna take for me to get ahead of you? I'll pay you, I'll do what he said. Nah, it's for me and my wife and stuff. I said, bruh, I'm from London, I'll do this. And I remember turning back to Matt or someone. I said shotgun. I literally said it there. I said, no matter what happens, shotgun. Shotgun.
Can I just interject just there?
Oh, interject.
By the way, no one remembers him doing that. Please continue.
And no one remembers you shotgunning.
You know what? I don't remember. I don't remember.
I said I'm talking to the
basketball being Hughie.
You know what? I don't remember.
I got a Burger King. I got a Burger King. I'm waiting 45 minutes for a fucking oxtail. I said, I drove an hour to go get a Whopper. What a waste of my time.
I don't remember leaving the queue and not getting a piece myself. Like GRIZZ, community man walked into the shop. He was lateness is greatness. He arrived and he sees me there starving, watching these two.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I walked in.
Didn't even break me off one piece.
Check this out. And I'm gonna testify to this bit.
Thank you.
So Turkish and TOBS were live. All right, they've got some oxtail. All right, the sharing is caring and all that. No problem. They got something.
Yeah, I shared it with him.
My little brother Matisse was so sad. His face was sad, like proper sad. Like that. I go, what happened? What happened, Matisse? He didn't speak, bro. He was like, bro, I don't know what to say. And he was sad, stroke, angry. Yeah? You got to remember, he was angry, hangry, and sad. He was like, bro, I don't know what to say. He was just standing in the queue, upright.
Bro, I agree.
What's going on?
He came up to me, yeah? He came up to me. You see when me and TOBS was eating, yeah? He came up to me. It was my last... No, not to me. He came up to us. It was my last bite. And he said, so no one's going to give me none now?
I kept saying that.
Oh, bro, I looked at the last bite and I thought... I acted like I didn't hear what he said, bro. I love you, bro, but that oxtail banged.
But what Matisse actually got was banging.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Like, tell the man then what you got, because
I can't even remember what I got.
Bro, because he got chicken. He got curry chicken.
To make up for it. He said, give me every motherfucker in that sandwich. Whatever's left, put it in one sandwich, whatever's left. And they put it all in one sandwich. And you know, Matisse like, he's like, he was eating it. Wait, but please, yeah. Can none of you lot have none of you lot got in your heart to big me up? I got Brother SAEED because Brother SAEED wasn't there, and I thought Brother SAEED's at home. Where was you? You was at home or something?
Nah, he went to get him and you went to get the basketball.
Because you lot saying let's go play basketball. I went talking the basketball.
We're all brother Hugh.
Yeah, he went to buy the basketball. I bought Brother SAEED chicken and rice.
Yeah.
What about Brother
Nice,
Hugh?
nice.
What did you buy?
Brother Hugh. I was stuck with Burger King fries and a Whopper.
Yeah, that's it. Brother Hugh went Burger King with the drivers.
Yeah, he went Burger King.
Yeah.
And Brother SAEED was with me. Brother SAEED was with me.
But he didn't buy it. He didn't buy nothing, did he? Did he buy something for Burger King? Yeah, so there you go. So
he ate my chips.
Yeah.
Oh, chips is mine now, but I thought, I bought Brother chicken and rice, Brother SAEED chicken and rice.
Yeah.
All of you guys got to try this lovely cultural food, and I was eating a fucking Whopper. All right,
but
because you're a fucking Whopper.
He's not the culture. Is what you're trying to say, GRIZZ? Yeah. He's not about the culture.
He's a fucking Whopper.
Show the culture.
All I got to say is sorry, not sorry, bro. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
That shit slapped.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I might need to
Next time we
go.
go to New York, we'll get it. Don't worry, man. 2026, we coming.
I'm sure.
We coming.
I'll just wait 3 years to try.
Man, we coming.
It's no problem. Yeah. Just 3 years. It's fine.
3 years. Well, that was a little story time there. People seem to enjoy it. Still 2.2k here. Hit the like button. Tobes, Solomon, back to the subject.
Yeah, funny. I don't really have much to say on Solomon, to be honest, because I've not really watched him extensively. I saw a couple bits of him when he was playing for Fulham last season, and he looked all right, man. He scored some really good goals, but I never looked at him and I was like, oh wow, like this is a player that Tottenham desperately need to sign. But equally, I don't look at him and say, wow, like this is a player that I don't want at Tottenham. My only thing on Solomon is I feel like the next attacker we should have brought in should have been someone of a higher caliber, man. Someone who can genuinely like displace like Son or Kulusevski. Because with all due respect, and I hope I'm proven wrong, looks a decent player, but I don't expect Solomon to come in and be knocking Son at the starting 11, and I don't expect him to be knocking Kulusevski at the starting 11. However, I would like for him to at least give them something to think about. So, listen, he signed. He didn't really cost much, and I hope that for me that just gives more money to be spent towards centre backs, man. That's the most important thing for me now this window. Like centre backs, you got the creative midfielder, you got the goalkeeper. Solomon is a nice to have, but he wasn't really a necessity for me. The necessities are the two centre backs. If you don't get the two centre backs, they could sign Mbappe for all I care, and I would not rate this window at all. Get the two centre backs that are good enough to play for Tottenham. Otherwise, this transfer window is not a success for me.
Mbappe is going to Arsenal, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On Robbie, his name out.
Crazy.
No, but why do you need two centre backs? You're playing a 4, right? And you're going to be playing Romero as one of them. I know you want depth.
We need to.
You really need one, isn't it?
No. We need two, bro. We need two.
Romero's going to hold bench anyway.
How are you saying they need one, Matisse? I agree, Matisse. Toby,
they're playing a 4. They've got Romero.
They've not got good, but the numbers is just a number, innit? Like I know that's a SAEED type saying. Numbers is the number, but that's just numbers, innit? Like they're just numbers. They're not. They got no centre backs really. Romero,
you got one.
Okay, Romero. Who's the one?
Romero.
There you go. I was struggling after that, brother. Thank you. Thank you for helping me out because I was struggling after that.
Eric Dyer's not leaving.
Dyer is still there though. Dyer is still there.
Dyer's not good enough. That's the problem. That's the problem. Dyer's still there.
They need two.
The problem is if one gets injured, all of a sudden Dyer's back into the team. That's not what we want, bro. We want it so that he is literally, if he's gonna stay, which I hate, it has to be like very last resort, right? We have to be scraping like the bottom of the barrel to play Eric Dyer. That's what I want, right? I don't care that we've not got you. I need two centre backs because I'm sick to death of seeing the same dons play for Spurs and screw up for Tottenham. I'm tired of it, bro. I've given Dyer his chance. Last season was his last chance to prove that he was actually good enough. But he had the first season Conte came in. He was good for Conte and he got his plaudits. And you were given the opportunity. Okay, now prove to us that you're actually good enough to be a regular starter. And he did what he does best, man. I'm tired of this stinky centre backs at Spurs, man. I'm tired of it. We actually need some good defenders and guys who don't treat the ball like a hot potato. Like, I'm tired of it, man.
Have you signed Langley, or is that still in the process?
Nah, we ain't signed him, and I'm hoping we don't sign him because that one, I might actually punch a hole through my wall if he signs. I swear to God. I swear to God, if we sign him, oh Lord. Yeah,
Spurs fans though, they always say that he wasn't the best. He wasn't the worst out of the bunch though. He was
he wasn't the worst. He wasn't the worst out of the bunch of signings we had because our signings didn't perform well because they didn't get played or they were injured or they weren't good enough. I think I would probably say him and Fraser Forster were the best performing signings we had last year, but that isn't saying anything. I'm looking at what do Spurs need to catch up to the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Man City. What do we need? Longley isn't the answer. The guy's available for like 10 million euros. Why is no one else looking to sign him?
Yeah, that's fair.
Liverpool need a left-sided centre back to take the load off Van Dijk, right? Yeah, I know people are gonna start saying pause. Listen, fuck the pauses. Yeah, I'm sick to death. I swear to God, I am in direct opposition to pause culture. I'm sick of it. So I'm gonna say what I want. If you find it funny, that's on you. That's not on me. Yeah?
That's your brain.
You're one of the main pausers here.
On
You're
your
one of the
brain.
main pausers here, Tobes, man. You're always saying
No,
pause.
yeah, you're right, Hugh, and I'm doing away with it because I'm tired of it, bro. Every little thing, oh, pause, bro, pause.
So you're saying it's play now, yeah? It's play.
Huh?
You're saying it's play now.
What the fuck are you talking?
Pause, play.
The fuck are you talking about?
Pause is play, innit?
No. I don't know what that means, but
You don't want to play.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, Longley he's too slow. He's calm on the ball, but he just can't defend.
He's not Premier League. He's not Premier League. He's not built for the Premier League. Basically, he's a nice. Like in La Liga when he was, you can imagine him looking good on the ball, big wide pitch, picking off his passes. No, this is Premier League. This is this is Brentford coming at you. You understand? He ain't ready for that. That's not.
He was one of our worst players when we played Brentford and they beat us 3-1 at home. There you go. Ange Postecoglou, we keep hearing that he wants to play ultra aggressive football, wants to squeeze teams high up the pitch, wants to win in style. Like, how is that going to look when Longley is the defender you have sat on the halfway line? Can you imagine him against even? Let me even give someone like a Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho barely gets away from. No, sorry, I'm just using an example.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah.
What? Jadon Sancho barely gets away from his marker, and Sancho would breeze the hell out of Longley. Like, come on, bro, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Who do you think you're getting? Like, who does it look like is the 31? I know you said 2.
It's looking like we're gonna get one of Van der Ven or Tapsoba, right? But me personally, get both. Even if it means
how much are going to cost though each? How much are going to cost each? You reckon?
So I think Van der Ven will cost around 30 million quid, and I think Tapsoba will cost closer to 50 million euros, which is like 40 something pounds. So for me, I think if you've done your homework, which evidently every single Spurs journal is telling us that they have, and you believe that these guys are the centre backs that can implement the style that Ange Postecoglou wants at Tottenham, then go and buy them. I'm sorry, 75. What's that? That would be, let's just say, 75 million pounds. 75 million pounds for two modern centre backs that are meant to be proficient on the ball and off the ball. I think Tapsoba is like 23, Van der Ven is like 22, young and can play expansive styles. Like 75 million pounds for two of those in this market, isn't that a snip?
Why didn't you move for the Southampton centre backs?
Who Bella Kotchap?
Yeah, and
I would take. I've spoken on Bella Kotchap before. I would, if we were to sign someone like a Tapsoba, because I don't watch both of them like that, but I've heard that Tapsoba is meant to be better than Van der Ven. So if we were to sign someone like him and then get Bella Kotchap as a backup, I would be calm with that. Right? But no, we're hearing it's one or the other, and then the other name that we're hearing at centre back is Longley. Like, come on, man, come on. Like, let's be serious. And then we're linked today with Conor Gallagher. I'm hearing that, and
50 million.
Hey, and is in love with Conor Gallagher, and I'm like, come on, Ange, man.
Hugh, the manager, man.
What's going on here, Hugh?
I'm saying,
why is he in love with
the manager? That manager, that's what they say.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, you're gonna get angry again. This might trigger you again, but that's your level right now.
I don't know anything about his love life, Tobes, so I can't really talk on that. But it does surprise me too, because I mean, anything I watched of Celtic, Conor Gallagher, he's nothing like anything Celtic had under Ange Postecoglou. He's not an Ange type player. Ange likes that aggressive front-footed player who'll take on that kind of thing and retain the ball and score. He wants his midfielders essentially to score goals. He likes his midfielders to get into the box and do that kind of thing.
Gallagher can score goals. He scored one against you.
Yeah, you got your goal this season as well, didn't he? In March, wasn't the only goal.
Exactly.
Oh, nice comeback there, Hugh. Nice one.
Yeah, sharp.
That's why Tobes, that's why you guys should be coming in for him. I think 50 million.
I feel like the position. The thing is, let me just caveat this by saying I've always felt that Conor Gallagher isn't a bad player, but where I draw the line is when it comes to trying to get top four. You can't build a midfield with the likes of Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, but if you got the likes of just rumors, that Højbjerg leaving or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that looking possible?
Yeah. It's
Replacement,
looking like
apparently.
it. It's looking like it. Atletico Madrid are seriously interested.
So Højbjerg's how would you describe Højbjerg? I would describe him as a front
like a
presser, goes around chasing the ball, harassing players. Gallagher's a younger version of Højbjerg. But as long as you got Maddison alongside him and you got creativity alongside him, then maybe Gallagher can do a job. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But you need a combination of players. You need a combination. You need a rebuild, and he might be one element. So if it's just your sole buy in midfield, then yeah, be worried. Be very worried. But if he's one of two or three, and Maddison's one creative player, this guy's going to be your front foot presser going chasing balls, and the third one's going to be your authentic DM, then it could work.
Sounds balanced. Sounds very balanced.
Nah, it doesn't, because
It's the way I describe it.
The reason why I'm so hesitant for Conor Gallagher is, when it comes to pressing, like being aggressive off the ball, he's good at that. Like that's him. He's a mad dog when it comes to pressing without the ball. He is.
We call him Galadog.
Yeah, he's a dog. Literally, he's like a pit bull, right? But the problems with pit bulls, it's the truth. The problem with pit bulls is there's no finesse. They're just ultra aggressive. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah, that's gonna be Conor Gallagher on the football pitch for Tottenham.
That sounds like you in New York. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
the rage.
And you see me on the football pitch. It doesn't look nice, does it? No. So why would I? So why would I want that? Why would I want that? So my issue with Conor Gallagher is he doesn't play like a midfielder. That's my issue with him. He's good at he's decent at scoring goals and he can press, but when he has the ball in the middle of the park, he does not play like a midfielder. He can't keep the ball. He can't beat the press. He can't dribble with the ball.
No,
he can't do any of these things.
He works in a team that has similar qualities. That's why he works well at Crystal Palace. He works in a team that has, similar qualities and is in the expectation that has to do a lot. And then he looks quite good. And then everyone says, "Oh, Conor Gallagher looks decent." No, that's his level. So
thank you,
for me, he's a decent player. He's not worth 50 million.
I take it back to what Grizz said. That's your level.
Bruv, it is our level right now.
It's a level, man. It's not cuss.
No. I'm not taking it as a cuss.
Are you laughing?
I know you're probably
they're laughing. I'm not laughing.
Yeah, I know you're probably
like Tottenham's level though. Is it?
I know you're being like serious with it and joking and stuff, but
no.
The point I'm making is this, right? We are a team that have finished in the top 6, 14 out of the last 18 seasons, right? We are a team that have had, like, when it comes to midfielders, people can make their jokes all about Spurs, but we've had Modric, we've had Eriksen, we've had Michael Carrick, we've had Van der Vaart, we've had ballers, bro. We've had midfielders that can actually play ball, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Not now.
So yeah. Even if you say not now, the point I'm making is this: we've brought in a manager who wants to play like we did when we had those players, who wants to keep the ball, who wants to dominate games with the ball, not without it. Conor Gallagher contradicts all of those things. Every single one of those things he contradicts, right? I don't want him at Tottenham. I don't. And for me personally, if the Højbjerg sale goes through, I would much rather use that money towards a centre back. If cash is low, I will literally forego another midfielder this window and make do with what we have now. I think so. Maddison, Ndombele, Papi Matissar, Bentancur, who's not going to be back yet, Basuma, and I'll take Oliver Skip. Listen, it's not a great midfield, but I will bear with that, provided we get the 2 centre backs in. I think that's way more important than bringing in Conor Gallagher. When you look at the price, 50 million for a glorified dog. Nah, man.
That's wild.
Leave me out of this, please.
That's wild. That's wild. Imagine actually says it comes to club now, and people said I was slandering Mason Mount. Imagine he comes to your club now, and you've just said that. That's crazy. But
if he comes to the club, I'll have to get behind him, but I don't rate him from a technical perspective. I've already said I don't think he's a bad player, but he doesn't play like a midfielder. That's my problem with him.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't think he's crap. I just don't think he's good enough for a top 6 side.
What's going on with Kane then? Are you still worried about Kane, or is it just kind of a boring story? Because I'm getting bored of the story as well, man. Like,
I'm not bored. I'm not bored.
I'm like you. I'm bored. Go on, Grizz.
When you look at it, though, like he's a wuss, innit? Like, make a decision, bro. Like, are you staying? Are you going? Like, come on, man. Shake it up.
According to the German sources, they said that Kane agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich.
I don't think he is being a pussy though, because like, what would you do in
He's
that
a
position?
pussy, Tobes. He's a mega pussy. He agreed personal terms with us as well, and then he never handed in the transfer request. He was never going to skip training. He wanted to stay. The guy, he's neither here nor there. He's a complete fanny, honestly.
Yeah, but that's when City came calling, innit? You got no pull in it. That's when City.
But Hugh, one thing you got to know
the
is
best striker in the world, mate.
Nobody wants to go there. It's different, isn't it? When other big clubs coming from, you know what I mean?
Okay,
I love
You're
shameless.
saying the
I love
traditional
shameless.
historical clubs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Champions League car, baby. The Champions League car.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
All about that.
my only word on this, I just think with Kane, right? I think on the Man City point, he did strike. We've never seen Harry Kane strike. He did strike. He said behind closed doors he wants to leave. The club didn't let him leave because they didn't deem any offer that Man City were willing to make substantial enough to let him go. So I actually think he did try to he tried to engineer a move away. The club didn't let him. Now he's got a year left. He doesn't need to throw a strike. Like, if Bayern come in and they make the bid that satisfies our ask, then he'll probably be sold. I can't see Spurs turning down stupid money for Kane. The problem is Bayern Munich have not made a bid that warrants any consideration, like 60 million pounds, 70 million pounds. That's not enough. You need to be hitting 100 million around that figure to get a conversation out of Tottenham, as far as I'm concerned, with Harry Kane. And even if they don't hit that, Harry Kane should be relaxed. He doesn't need to strike. Like, it's not him that's going to be worse off staying at Spurs another year. If he's able to leave on a free transfer next summer, he'll have his pick of any club in Europe. Literally any club in Europe. They'll be begging to sign Harry Kane on a free transfer. So I don't really think he needs to strike. I think he's in a great position. He knows either way he's good. If a team bids big for him this summer, he goes. If a team can't afford him, he's calm to stay at Tottenham. He loves the club. He'll stay another year and he'll just go on a free transfer and he'll get the same or more money than he'd be offered this summer. I think he's
I think it's your chairman's that's in the shit. I think
yeah,
right.
exactly. It's not Kane.
It's
the club that are potentially the club and Daniel Levy that are potentially in the shit. Yeah.
Is that best for Tottenham though?
No, it's not. My preference is to sell Harry Kane for a good fee this summer, but emphasis on a good
Bayern
fee.
ain't that team to be given 100 million though.
Then don't come in for him. Don't waste our time. Simple.
Yeah, but there's a balance to be had here. Because
there is. You're right.
Because you brought in a new manager that you all want to have trust. You're basically trusting a new process, right? You want to give him the best.
Don't use that P word, please.
You're going to say it at some point this season, but we'll wait on it. But you want to give your manager the best possible platform. Does that platform consist of having Harry Kane for one season and then having to rejig it with maybe a limited budget, or does that plan consist of selling him, even if it is 80 million euros that Bayern are offering? The next bid might be 90 million euros, and then allowing him to reinvest adequately enough to be able to, implement his plan. Otherwise, it's all going to go pear-shaped again for you, man.
Not necessarily, no. Of course, we'll be worse off without Harry Kane, but we also need to take into consideration the player that we're losing. So this guy scored 30 goals in 38 appearances. Sorry. We're not losing that for 60 million pounds. I'm sorry. I would much rather have Harry Kane in the squad than get 60 million pounds. What is 60 million pounds going to do for Spurs in comparison to losing a 30-goal striker? You have to make it worth our while, right? And sorry, I don't care if Bayern Munich don't normally spend 100 million. They've spent 80 million euros twice on defenders.
Tobs. I get that.
80 million euros on De Ligt. They spent 80 million euros on Lucas Hernandez. This is a top 2 striker on the planet,
brother.
Not in England, on the planet.
No, but you don't need to upsell Kane to us. We know what you mean, yeah. But let's put it this way: you don't want to take, let's say 70 million, let's say 70, 80 million, yeah. You're not prepared to take that right now, right? No. Knowing that okay, he might score you his usual core of goals this season. Might mean you don't get anywhere this season still. Let's say top 6 finish and no cups as usual, right? Next season, because the money you didn't take, you're not able to invest either. So next season, you not only lose Harry Kane for free, but your chairman is going to pull out something like, I don't know, Name me a striker that's in the second division or something, or for a championship striker. You know, he's not even going to spend bucks, and he's going to pull you out of striker and say deal with the matter. Whereas now you can take 70, 80 million pound. It's going to hurt, but you can buy a striker, let him develop, and by next season, by God, you're going to need him. I think you're in a lose-lose situation if you keep him, man. I don't know what you're
him sign the contract.
You take the money.
Yeah,
that's what the gambling season. Yeah, City were offering 100 million sign Hughie, something like that. You should have taken it. Now you're stuck. Take 70, 80 or leave him for free and then not even be able to invest in, not even in a striker, but the rest of your team, because you know he's not going to spend 200 million.
Yeah, no, listen, your point is valid. And I really want your point to be what we go ahead with if Bayern make the bid that is substantial. Like if you're willing to pay 80 million pounds, what's another 15 to get the guy? If that's your number one choice, are you really going to lose out on your number one choice for 10, 50 million pounds? So the same way you're saying Spurs should just take it, Bayern should just pay more money. Because when it comes to inferior players that they've bought in their squad, they haven't fretted. They wanted Kim Min-jae. They went and paid 50 million euros for Kim Min-jae. This is a guy that's going to add goals, going to win you games. That's the most important thing in football. The guys that are delivering at the top end, that's why they get paid the most in world football. So right now, they need to be realistic with their valuation and Tottenham's valuation. Pay the money. Pay the money, otherwise he's not yours. And fine, Spurs may be at a disadvantage, but if they let him go on a free transfer this next summer, do you really think that they're going to be able to compete with the English clubs? When it comes to packages, financial packages, they're going to be in a lose-lose situation as well. So as I said, they better stop wasting our time. Come correct or just don't come at all. Simple. It's that simple.
It could be make or break for you, man. But you know what Jason says here about Kane staying and getting Champions League? That's the only win in this scenario for you lot, in my opinion. If he stays the year, goes on a free, but he gets you lot Champions League, because it is top 5 next season, Champions League. Then fair enough, you can see that. You can see that as a win because you get
fair point.
Coming in. But if you don't, then next season you men are going to be on to Levy again because you ain't got no money.
We're ready on to Levy now. We're ready on to Levy now.
You're going to be on to him again next summer.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
Is that it on Tottenham? Solomon?
That's it.
Chats. Actually, wait, there's a super chat here from Avi. Says, Tobes, if Spurs sign Tapsoba, Van der Ven and a number 6 and keep Kane, rate the transfer window. And also, would you sell Kane and take Vlahovic? So rate the transfer window if it's Tapsoba, Van der Ven, a number 6, and you keep Kane.
So it depends on the number 6, but bro, Tapsoba, Van der Ven, keeping Kane, and the signings we've made, I have to give that like an 8 out of 10 window, like 8 out of 10 or above. It depends on the number 6, but minimum that'll be an 8 out of 10 window because we would have addressed priority positions, literally every single priority position, and we keep our prized asset as well. But would I sell Kane and take Vlahovic? Absolutely. I'd sell Kane for the right price, and I would buy Dusan Vlahovic. I wanted Vlahovic at Spurs last season or the season before when Kane was linked to Man City. He was one of the strikers that I would have happily seen.
That's what I mean. That's doable right now. If you get rid of Kane, that's doable now. Otherwise, next season is gone. Vlahovic is going to be gone. Colwill probably be gone. Who else is out there?
Colwill is too much money.
Okay, I'm just saying, giving you examples. The Benfica one, the one you lot after.
I'd much rather see Spurs overpay for. I'd rather see Spurs overpay for Ferguson at Brighton. Happily.
Oh,
just signed a new deal. He's just signed a new deal. It'll cost.
He won't go Spurs. He's
new Harry Kane, man. He's trying to say the new Harry Kane, yeah.
Man.
What kind of number are you looking for Harry Kane? I genuinely don't know.
So my thinking was 100 million pounds, right? But I think the compromise 95 million pounds. I think that's fair for Harry Kane. I actually think that's fair. I don't think that's too much for Harry Kane.
No, with a year left at his age in the situation you're in.
How much did Casemiro go for last year?
60, no?
60. And where does he play? Where does he play?
Mid.
DM.
How many years on his deal did he have?
I don't know.
Like a year, 2 years? Like
2 years? Yeah, I think it was a year or 2 years.
Yeah. And Hazard, when he left Chelsea, how much did he go for?
A lot. What was it?
130 million.
85,
29 going 30 years old, right?
Yeah.
I hear you, but people learn from lessons, innit? So all those
I
people
actually
that
back Toby on this one. There's
Yeah.
not many strikers out there. They should ask for what they want. There's not many strikers out there in world football. That's
I
why
agree.
Kane is a different
I
situation.
agree.
Yeah.
But they have to look at the overall picture, the state they're in.
Next season, yeah, I know. They're gambling, basically. They're gambling on him maybe staying and reconciling, and you know what I mean. Like,
Saeed is
I
right.
know that's what they're
Saeed
gambling
is
on.
right.
So
I think that's what Daniel Levy wants. He would rather resist bids and have another year with Kane to try and convince him to stay.
yeah.
Tobes, Abu says, no matter the weather, the hate for Ramsdale always shines. What's that about?
Yeah, you're right.
And said you're right. That's all the Tottenham super chats. We've got basically 4K in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. I don't think we've touched 1,000 likes yet. We haven't. We've just passed 700. So hit the like button. Let's get past 1,000 people and try and get to 2,000 before the show ends. We're going to move on to United. Before we move on to United, big up Manscaped. Obviously, they sponsor the show. Make sure you show them some love because it helps us bring out more content like the New York vlog. We're linking up soon to do some football content. Manscaped have beard range out now. So they've got everything from trimmers to brushes, shampoos, oils and creams and all of that. If you've got a beard, hit them up because it just came out a couple of weeks ago and you can get 20% off using the code TB620. So head over to Manscaped, use that code. It shows this channel, this show some love, and obviously you get yourself some products at a good price as well, people. One super chat came in. It's kind of on. It is on Tottenham because he's asking you, Tobes. Do you think Spurs can get Gvardiol?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Man, you go Man City. I think
He's signed for City. He's signed for City. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. He's signed for City.
He just wanted to troll me.
Yeah. Exclusive, man.
Exclusive,
yeah,
eh?
Chef, eh?
Well,
yeah.
You did after everything you've witnessed, why would you play on fire? Why would you get involved in this business?
I got to know a couple of GRIZZ's friends. I became ITK, and you know, I know my shit now. You know what I mean? I know my shit.
So we're saying Vlahovic is a done deal. You know, certain people on YouTube, they love the done deal. So that's you done deal.
I don't know where Vlahovic is going. I'm telling you where Gvardiol is going. He's coming to Manchester.
Gvardiol, he said Gvardiol.
Gvardiol, sorry, not Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
You'll see Gvardiol.
Romano, they say in the comments. They're saying Hughie Romano.
I need some sort of a catchphrase, man. I need some sort of like a here we go type thing.
I'll message you some.
I feel like GRIZZ standing outside when the camera panned to him. I told him not to do it. He didn't listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just leave your son to just do whatever they want and they don't listen.
Remember, I told you as well, don't take them. Yeah, you didn't listen.
I feel with my vlogging buddy right now. Just why get into this business? Why?
Listen, mate, I'm moving up in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
One goes up. Promise me you're not going to become journalist. Saeed, Tobes, Turkish. You're not going to become
ITK University.
Nah, man. Fuck all that.
No, I got him on this one. I got him.
I don't fuck within the nose, man. Apart from GRIZZ.
This is going to be the transfer show soon on the M1. Bloody hell.
Tottenham super chats are done. We're going to move on to United. Before we do, Saeed, Gareth in the building says, can we all now accept that United are officially the banter club and have been for 2-3 years? Lots of football fans are in denial, but it's the truth.
And who do you support, my friend? You know what I mean? At least let them know at the end who do you support so we can understand where this is coming from.
Gareth,
you know what I mean? So yeah. That would be some context behind the super chat, if that would be great. But thanks for the super chat.
I believe he supports Arsenal.
You support Arsenal? Okay.
I believe
okay. Say no more then. Let's send the better.
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. But listen,
let's send the better.
To be fair, Matisse should be talking up now because they could have claim to that as well.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. We might have to. You know what I mean? Put that one on there. I'm saying to you, but
if you guys say so, hey. If you say so, I'm not even gonna say anything. If you say
be
so,
quiet over there, chap. Be quiet.
I'll be back next season. Don't worry. You know,
Saeed.
Yeah, man.
The guy has gone.
David Gea.
Yeah, he's the end of an era. I mean,
yeah, end of an era, man.
Did you see my tweet? Did you see my tweet?
Nah,
David De Gea.
David the Error. That's
David
what
De
I'm
Gea,
saying.
you
I'm
know,
not gonna lie, I thought it was quite funny.
More Premier League than Steven Gerrard is mad. But yeah, anyway, for me, I just want to move on to the fact that I was on a stroll in the afternoon. I was in Salford, man, just having a stroll, having a relaxation. Then that news just kind of came out of nowhere, man. And it was one of them where you kind of know when the news is coming, but when it hits you differently. And I felt a bit
Did
kind
you
of
fall
like,
to the ground? Did you fall to the ground?
no. I was stable. I was in, I was in. it was all right. I'm all right, man. But I think for me, in one aspect, I was happy that we're moving on. But in an aspect, it's a sad situation because, 12 years of service for me, he's a legend. Obviously, people have their own opinions, and I think for me, he's been a good servant at football club. I just for me hate the way it's kind of gone out. In a sense, like we should have dealt with it a little bit more better as a football club. But then again, should I expect better when people like Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, there was a lot of legends, Roy Keane, who it hasn't really been a good ending. So it was in the end, it was bittersweet, but time to move on. David De Gea, time to move on. And yeah, man, listen, I think for me, he's in the top 10 category for keepers in the Premier League era. I think that's undeniable, really, for me. What he's done, the longevity, the actual, the embodiment of work that he's done. He's been toe to toe with one of the best keepers in the world for so many years, and I think he just deserved his respect. But yeah, man, he's a legend. He'll for me I'll be ever be grateful to David De Gea, and it was just time to move on, and it was just inevitable for me to kind of move on, and then hopefully we get a new keeper in Onana. Hopefully that gets announced tomorrow. That's what Fabrizio Romano's maybe kind of looking towards. So yeah, man, listen, time to move on. Thanks for the memories. And yeah, we move on and we kind of establish a new future under a new keeper. That's just the way I kind of look at it for me.
Have you got any good stats on David De Gea for us, Saeed? Like over his career, any outstanding stats?
Not really outstanding stats on top of my head, but numerous
I have one for you,
Golden Gloves.
I have one for you.
Yeah, go on then.
In his time at Manchester United, he conceded over 70 goals against Manchester City. 7-0.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A great team, yeah, a great team. Yeah.
17. 7-0.
Yeah.
That's a problem now.
Okay. So does that mean Man United have conceded 70 goals against Man City as well in that time as well?
Well, no. He was between the sticks when they went in, so he conceded 70 goals.
No. But okay, so I've graciously accepted what you said. So now I gracefully accept what I've said. Have Man United conceded 70 goals in that time as well?
They have indeed. They have, yeah.
Well, there you go. Then it's a team game. I know you can do the tick for tack.
Listen,
listen,
farewell, David De Gea, man. You've been great. In with the next.
Saeed, I wanted to ask with De Gea, with Onana, what fee has been agreed? Like, how much are you lot gonna pay for Onana? You said that deal was close to being.
They want around 60 million euros in packages in a package. We're looking to meet them around 50, 55 million. Hopefully that will be the deal breaker. But they want 60 million euros as a package. I'm hoping Inter Milan meet us halfway and kind of go, to an agreement. I think personally they will at around 50, 55 million. It's just, I think that Inzaghi spoke today and he kind of basically made it clear that, when in Italy, we do end up selling players and that's just a situation that happens in Italy. So it was almost kind of like he knew it was inevitable. So I think for me, tomorrow will be key. It's one of them, it has to be done. This one here, we cannot miss out on Onana. Like, whatever we do, I'd rather overpay for me Onana because I know what I'm getting. And it's a keeper that you just need. It's a position that you need to fill. Like you said with your centre back, you need to fill this position in. It's the kind of almost like the reason why you took David De Gea out and you're bringing in a new style of play. You want to be able to play out from the back. You want to be able to express yourself a bit better. This one here, I can overpay. Certain other positions, I can say, well, we could get better. Better out there. For me, Onana, I'd rather pay the extra 5-10 million because I know for me he's a good keeper. Whether he's the best in the world or whatnot, that remains to be seen. But for me, we need Onana in. It suits his style of play, suits the philosophy of Ten Hag. So yeah, man, we have to get this done, man. Have to get this done.
I think that would be a fantastic signing for Man United if you can get it over the line. I know he can make his mistakes and stuff, right? But that's a really good goalkeeper in my opinion. And like you said, I think the ball playing, like we saw the Champions League final against Man City. We know what he's capable of as well. So adding that element to your team is definitely good. And I know I think Inter Milan are apparently interested in Lloris as well. So I definitely think he's going to leave Inter Milan this summer. It's just a case of whether it's to you or to someone else.
I don't think going to the other club.
I think he's a very extravagant keeper, and I think extravagant keepers not what Man United need right now. Personally, I think he's capable of doing some crazy mad things in a good way, but also in a bad way as well. And especially if Man United need a bit of a rebuild, and I think the most United fans will agree, they need a bit of a rebuild. They need a bit of stability. He's not a stable, calm keeper. He's a wild keeper. He's probably, and this, like we're talking about Edison. Edison's the best distributor with his feet in the world. No one on the Edison's level distribution with his feet. But as a ball playing keeper, in terms of can play outfield, this geezer's is another level. He's actually a footballer in goal, but he goes a bit OTT with that. So I think it's going to be fun as opposition, because he's going to do some mad clangers and it's going to be, it's going to be memed up. But there's going to be games where he pulls out magnificent saves as well, because he's very, very agile. So I'm going to do a Turkish.
Sit on the fence. Nah, you know what? It's gonna be like that. I think for me, a lot of people are gonna get a lot of shock. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that say, "Oh, bring back David De Gea. Who's this madman?"
Nah. Yeah, he's done. He's done.
You know what I mean? So I feel like there's going to be, in the ground, there's a lot of older fan base, especially at Man United, and I feel like they might be stuck in the old ways of having a traditional keeper. So I get that, but for me, you have to build the style of football that Ten Hag wants, and he's playing that from the back. He's having that extra man. When they press, you release that ball and you play it into the midfielders. They go on the half turn and they kind of, do what they need to do. So we need this, man. I'm willing to be patient. It's going to be ugly, maybe at times, and I might lose my head. You know what I mean? But for me, it's for the betterment of Manchester United that we do have a new way of playing. It's imperative, man. Especially
what's happening with Dean Henderson.
You can't go from one extreme. Dean Henderson, for me, I don't rate him, man. I think he's a good competent keeper, but for me, the way Ten Hag wants, I don't think he's all that, I'll be honest with you. This Kovac kid that we've got now, I don't know if you've watched the game, for me, is unbelievable with his feet as well. So I think Kovac's got probably ideally more suits Ten Hag than Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson's a good keeper, but he's more back against the wall when you're riding out. He's a good shot stopper. I don't think he's Man United number one. He fumbled under pressure for me when it was in lockdown. He had a period where he just didn't hack it. So I'm not really a fan of Dean Henderson, but I think he's a.
No, I actually meant like what's happening with him leaving. Sorry, apologies. Because I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll go. I think once we get a good offer, I think he'll go. It just depends on what we're getting, man. Because for me, I think he's worth at least 30 million. And I've seen keepers going now. James Trafford, he's gone for 19 million to Burnley. He's at least worth 30 million. England international, he's 26. He should be in his peak of his powers. He should be going for at least 30, man. Especially in this market, like to get a keeper for the next 10 years, and he's England international. Come on, man. That's at least 30 million, man.
He's a good goalkeeper on his day, but he's just not Man United level at the moment. So
there you go.
I feel like a mid-level Premier League team could do with a Dean Henderson for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, Nottingham Forest, you know what I mean? They're I think Nottingham Forest, I know they're a Premier League, like they just got relegated. They nearly got relegated and whatnot. They survived, but I think they can bridge the gap to the top 10 sooner than you think, guys. I think they're linked with Sangari today, which is a massive pull. If they can get a couple of experienced head in there, they can jump up. They got the money, you know what I mean? So I think for me, Dean Henderson is a key asset for them, man. Obviously Navas is there, but I don't think he's the old Navas that we kind of knew. But yeah, man, let them come. If you want him, 30 million, man. See what you're saying?
I think 30 is too high. I think you should drop that to about 20.
Yeah, listen, mate. Crack on, mate.
Arsenal paid 30 for Ramsdale. What?
You should be promoting good business.
Huh?
Hey?
Arsenal paid 30 million for Ramsdale 2 years ago when Sheffield United got relegated. So I don't see why Man United can't ask for 30 for Henderson.
Well, you think Henderson's as good as Ramsdale?
That's not what I'm saying. I literally
Wait,
said,
you're
I
kind of-
literally said
you
at the
need to
time
apply-
in which
you need to apply some
Is
logic
it-
to what you're
It's
saying,
more
man.
He
Ramsdale
wasn't worth
slander
that
I'm
at that
hearing.
time, though, was he?
I'm
He
just,
wasn't worth that
I'm
at that time,
just,
though, was he?
I'm just stating facts. Listen, Ramsdale got relegated by Sheffield
Exactly.
United and was bought for 30 million. So I don't see why it's so ridiculous for Man United to ask for 30 million for Dean Henderson.
They can ask for 30, they're not going to get it.
But
No, we will get.
Burnley are paying for 90 million for Trafford. I know he had a good under.
I think they're paying them for the
21.
potential. I think they're paying for the
Yes,
potential.
they are, but you could say the same for Henderson. Henderson's not old.
Nice, 25, 26.
Yeah, James
still young,
Trafford.
man.
James Trafford's stocks are really high though. Like he's going right to the top. He's going to be England's number one eventually. James Trafford. Like when he was at Bolton, he had something like a 50% clean sheet record in like 70 appearances. The kid's an absolute freak. You're paying for potential there, whereas you know what you're getting with Dean Henderson. There's not much more.
Which is a
potential
good, solid keeper.
He's a
He's
solid
a good,
keeper.
solid
He's a
keeper.
solid keeper, but you're not
Yeah, but
paying
he's
for what he's going to
solid,
become. You're
exactly.
paying for what he is right now.
Yeah. he's
Listen,
solid.
what he is right now is at least 30 million worth. Like,
well,
when-
listen,
like,
I've
if we're
told
saying-
you, I've told you, me and you've had discussions about valuations before with Money Mace and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just saying, I don't think you're gonna get 30 million. So
well, listen, if he goes
That's
with
not
the
the
30
first
million,
upload.
I think
Oh boy.
I'm willing to say minimum 25 million, but for me it's 30. I want 30.
see, I've
Let's
already got
move
you
on.
down on your price, 5 million. See, we're
No,
getting
not
somewhere.
really, not really, because that was my minimum price.
You
We always have a
publicly,
minimum price and a
just
maximum.
negotiated down 5 million already. We haven't even gone.
Not
we haven't
really,
we haven't
not
even gone to the
really.
table yet.
Listen, listen. There's a minimum price and there's a maximum price. For me, that is the 5 million there. 25 to 30, we're having it. Like I said to you, Ramsdale wasn't worth that. Everybody's turning their nose up, thinking, "Oh, Ramsdale, 30 million. What's going on here?" So, let's not kid ourselves, man.
I think it was rising to 30 million. That's what I think it was.
30 million all in. Yeah, we deal with all in. Yeah, we deal with the total package. Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Who's your guy, Vicario?
Don't worry about him, innit?
Vicario.
That's the Lukaku.
This guy, man.
That's some kind of
This
drink.
guy.
Yeah.
That sounds like he's from Game of Thrones or something about Vicario, bro.
Let's see what he can do. innit? Let's see what he can do.
Cool. Let's see what he can do. Super chats. Gareth says, I support Sporting Fingal, who sadly don't exist anymore. Hugh might know who I'm on about. Oh, and Arsenal, of course. So
Yeah, Sporting Fingal were a League of Ireland club who went out of existence, I want to say like 10, 15 years ago, sadly, because not a huge amount of money in it. But yeah, big up Sporting Fingal.
And he also adds, United have been, quote, rebuilding for 10 plus years now. And he adds, United shopping at Poundland, looking at knockoff Haaland's, Saeed.
You spend a lot of money, about United. Are you rattled today? What's going on, man? Like, keep saving money. Don't think about United.
His club's gone
and
bust,
you'll be
man.
all right
His
today.
club's gone bust. Allow him, Saeed. He's got no club anymore in Ireland.
Exactly. Save that money for your club. Look, your club might be existing right now if you're giving that money to your club, mate.
That's a low blow, Saeed. That's a low blow.
No. Listen, save your money for that club and start a GoFundMe. Don't spend it on the Big Six channel. But
Whoa.
still. We always leave at that one. Love for the love.
You just know Gareth's coming back. There's without a doubt. I know I'm going to see you.
Listen,
Tell him,
we'll
Gareth,
deal with
man.
it
Tell him.
accordingly.
Where are we? Massoum says, Saeed, now that United are doing good business and got Ten Hag as manager, do you think winning Premier League and Champions League, or if I be so bold, may I say treble, is possible?
Yo, listen, we can dream, but listen, I think for me, it's not a reality. This season, I don't know, man. When the Qataris come, then I can believe, but not under the ownership of the Glazers. Simply not possible.
Saeed, man, stop this. When the Qataris. You were testing the waters with the Premier League in January, and now it's completely out of the question. Make it make sense, man.
No, because for me, that's a feeling. That's momentum. There's no momentum right now, and ultimately, we're not. I think for me, we're not equipped like the rest of them are. Like Arsenal, for me, have gone better. City are just there anyway. Chelsea are going to get better. So the feelings change, man. And ultimately, I just don't think we can do it. So
Who are you playing on the first day of the season?
Wolves at home.
Yeah. Watch you spank them 5-0 and you'll be back in your laboratory with your coat on.
Okay. Let's see.
New test.
Let's see. Let's wait for the match reaction.
Look out for it, people. Make sure you're subscribed. JML says Mason Mount flop of the season so far.
Bro, can I just basically, address this? Yeah,
You're saying on Twitter. What was that tweet that you put out, bro? Leave him alone.
For me, nah, you know what this? These Chelsea fans, yeah, honestly, some of them are jobless. By the way, some of you lot, I don't know. You've got fresh air outside. These guys are making comps here in a pre-season friendly. The first time he's playing with his Man United players, by the way. And they're making failed comps. Like, apparently he was irrelevant. Apparently you didn't care about him anymore. But yet you really do. I just don't understand the levels these Chelsea fans. And I'm not saying every Chelsea fan, because I know Matisse was probably having his own day and probably sorting himself. Yeah, he wasn't involved. But these Chelsea fans, yeah, and they know who they are. And I'm just like, guys, this is one of your own Cobham's finest. Relax. Let him do his own thing. He plays for another club right now. It's called Manchester United. It's not Chelsea anymore. So just enjoy your day. And it's a pre-season friendly. I get it maybe when the season starts and whatnot, but bloody hell, it's a pre-season friendly. And
they're on his neck from the get-go, bro. They're on his neck from the get-go. They also want me to tell you that they're not jobless. They're actually freelancers. They're just putting their work out there. Yeah, the comps. They're just putting their work out
there's work. Okay.
For the portfolio. For the portfolio.
It's part for the portfolio, mine, but I'm not keeping up to the modern day, jobs and because now there's football tacticals and now this is failed comps and all these people. So everyone's got specific jobs. So I have to understand that. Yes. So for me, I say keep it going, but please do not hide anywhere when he comes at Old Trafford and scores, and then you lot will be crying then. So let's just wait till December, and the rest is history. That's all I'm saying to you people.
Are you worried that Man United fans could be influenced by these compilations and start to split on Mason Mount, their opinions, and create a little bit of a war?
No, because for me, we know what Mason Mount is. Especially the people that have watched Mason Mount know what he's about. You're going to see sometimes him giving the ball away and him trying to do things that are not meant to be on. I get it. That's why for me, my agendas won't wrong because I know what he's about. I'm just here to back him and support him. And I'm not here to kind of double down on him, as soon as he's kicked the ball. Like, we have to see what he's about, time. So I'm not really here for all this nonsense. I'm going to see what he's about and then judge my opinion accordingly. That's what it should be. But for the Chelsea fans, I get it. You're going to be there every minute and making failed comps, you know what I mean? For me, you guys need help in it. That's all I'm saying to you. But it is what it is.
I think they're scheduled in for a Kai Havertz appointment tomorrow.
I
think Arsenal are playing. They listen. They've been letting me know their schedule, and obviously they've got Man United and Arsenal's pre-season games in the calendar. So I think Arsenal play tomorrow. So they'll be there for Havertz timestamps and whatnot.
Are you back to your watch-along again?
Me? No, I'm not. I've never watched another team's preseason game. You will never catch me. Today I
saw a lot of firsts for you last season, my
listen, I'll watch the competitive games. I'm football focused. I'll be there for the competitive games just to keep an eye on the landscape of the Premier League. But preseason games, I'm not involved.
Aren't you not playing each other?
You're not playing Nuremberg, innit? Nuremberg.
No. We don't play now. We don't play each other.
Oh, who do you not play in the Premier League?
We've got Brighton, I think, and some other teams there. But Brighton
gonna flog you again, yeah?
Wow,
bro. You know what? Yeah, when he supports who he supports, I just sometimes I look at him.
Go silent. Go silent. What can I say?
Talk about getting flogged. Like, honestly, who are you to talk about getting flogged? You of all people.
Fam, I asked you a question.
To be fair, Brighton slapped up a lot of teams last year. They slapped up Liverpool as well. Do you not remember Joe Gomez bending backwards?
You don't need to mention that.
Huh? What?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was
we
crazy.
Don't talk about that?
You didn't need to mention that.
I didn't need to, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I had to. We played each other first game of the season. It's on immediately.
Okay, I'm just telling you now. You didn't need
to. I'll start the war already.
Season ain't started.
Yo, first game of the season. McAllister versus Enzo Fernandez, Argentines, first game of the season. Man.
When's the war hat coming on, Grizz? When's the war hat coming on? Is that soon coming?
Pre-season, man. Light work yet. Calm down.
How do you feel about apparently Aston Villa leading the race to sign João Felix? Jeez Louise.
Wow.
You
have to ask Saeed because Saeed wants him on Twitter, I've seen. So it's none of my business anymore.
I wouldn't mind him alone, me. I'm not gonna lie to you, he's a baller, man. I think on loan it would make sense, not a kind of a straight because we don't have the monies for that. But I think João Felix is a baller, man. He can play across the front three.
Yeah.
Listen, I think he's a top player.
We've moved on to we've moved on to Cherki from Lyon, the French under 21.
Is it?
Yeah, we seem to have
Upgrade,
moved on to him. So I don't know if we're going to submit a proper bid in, but apparently we're very interested, and I think he's available for about 40 million euros, roughly around that, because obviously Lyon are in financial trouble. Not saying they're definitely.
I don't think he should come, you know. I don't think he should come, you know. And I say this in a way of not being biased or not just looking at. I think he still needs another year of development. I think he's a good player, but I think he still needs another year at Lyon to show himself, because I feel like when he comes to Chelsea, I don't think like he's a sort of player that for me needs to kind of light up fully. Like I feel like right now you've got so much talent in there, and I just think he just get mixed and lost in there. I think one more year in Lyon to kind of just work on his game would be better for him for his development. I would advise against going to Chelsea right now when you've got so much forwards and so much things going on. One more year where Pochettino knows who he likes and then brings him in would sound better for me if I'm a Chelsea fan. But again, obviously you're going to think different, because
I think we should
want
sign
talent,
him. Maybe sign him and loan him back then, just so we have him under our umbrella.
Yeah.
Do a Saliba. Loan him back out.
Yeah.
A few more super chats on the United. JML says Sporting Fingers Ultras are dusting down their costumes and are coming for Saeed's blood clot. And Gareth
that's wild.
Gareth did come back. Saeed, I don't need to come back at you. The boys on the big six do that weekly for me. Love for the love. And that's that. I swear I see one more with Saeed. Yeah, there is one more. Be wise says Saeed rolling up on the driver's side like that could have ended differently if this was Florida with the open carry law. Great show, guys. It could have. That was mad because it was actually the cab, but Saeed just did it. He lost his bearings. He opened the wrong door.
I lost my bearings.
He thought he was still in the UK.
I was in the UK, man, and you know what I mean. I was like, "Yo, let me just get in the, get in the cab and that." And then next thing you know, my man just pulled it back like aggressive. The way he looked at me, he was like, "Yo, like, what are you doing?"
If you were in a different state, bro, you would have seen something else on the other side.
That was one of the southern states, boy.
Could have been a right.
If that was one of the former like Jim Crow. What's they called? The Jim Crow states. Boy,
alhamdulillah, man. You know, I mean, God was with me on that day. Because like I said, it's
one of
them, man.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
God, of course, always God first. But me as well. You're lucky I was with you.
Yeah. But you know what it is though? You're still like you could have.
I was the only one who's backing you. Did you notice that? All these lot would just leave you. I followed you just in case things get a bit
fair play.
You understand? I had you, brother. I had you.
Well, bro, you're the NYPD. Why do we need to go over?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Policeman's just doing his job.
Exactly.
I don't get involved in policeman business.
I had brother Saeed's back. That's what I'm saying.
Nah. Respect that, man. Come on.
Thank you very much.
That's the last one on United and also Saeed. So let's move because Matisse started talking about Chelsea, so we might as well continue on Chelsea.
Yeah, they've been a bit quiet, man. What's going on now? Well, players in the last two windows suddenly.
Yeah, it's just gone a bit. I think we've learned a little bit from last summer, which was a lot of noise, a lot of wonderful meals, a lot of public bids, and we're still going after Caicedo, and apparently it's just behind the scenes. We're just talking back and forth for Brighton so we can get an agreement before we go public with the bid, and then when we actually do bid, then it has to be accepted because we need to get this deal done. I want to see him flying to the US. You know, ideally next week we should be flying with him to play in the first preseason game against Wrexham. So I'm not really panicking because I know that we're not sleeping. I think it's very clear that this board is very active, sometimes too active, but they're definitely not doing nothing. So we still got players we need to clear. I'm waiting on Onana to go to United so Inter Milan can pay for Lukaku. So once Saeed transfers the money over, then they'll transfer the money to me, and then we'll get Lukaku out of here. That will be brilliant. We're waiting on Aubameyang to go. We're waiting on Ziyech to go. We're waiting on Hudson-Odoi to go. So we've actually got a B team. Poch has been brilliant. Poch has already segregated the group from players that are staying and players that are definitely leaving. He hasn't mixed them up. So they can just focus on planning for preseason. The rest of them can focus on finding new clubs with their agents. So it's been good. I'm not really too stressed because once we get that midfielder, I'm pretty calm. Like Cherki for me is like icing on top of the cake. They're looking at another striker. For me personally, I'm actually okay with the situation of having Jackson. I don't see why you buy Jackson and bench him. You have Nkuku, you have wingers to coach, you have Sterling, you have Broya to play for a full season back from an injury. We didn't even see him last year. So we have new forwards anyway. And then you know, after that, what is it? A second midfielder, maybe. But again, Andre Santos is going to play if he lights it up in the preseason. People will be gassed to see him. So I'm pretty calm. We were linked with Tony today, and from one of our head of recruiters, Paul and Stanley, apparently trying to push Tony to the rest of the board members, maybe for a January move. But that we'll have to see how that goes. So the Caicedo deal is really what is kind of causing the kind of, you know, uncertainty. But I think if we can get that one done, and at the moment no one else is moving on him, then I'll be happy. I'm really happy with the decisions Poch is making. He's involving the likes of Ian Maatsen in pre-season already. He's letting them try and fight for their place. He's very clear that Levi Colwill is part of the plans. He's not going anywhere. I don't know if GRIZZ wants to speak on Liverpool's link with Levi, because if I speak on it, I come across salty. But I think if you speak to your people about
you don't come across salty. But this is the thing, right? We don't need to speak like people speak on online, Matisse. We can speak proper and real. It's true. Why on earth would Chelsea want to sell Colwill? So you're right. You want him to be part of your future. You need to convince him that he's part of your future. When I say you know, Pochettino and the club around him. And Liverpool have identified him as our number one transfer target, defensive transfer target, centre back. We want him at all costs. Like what that means is we're willing to pay ridiculous amounts for him, more than Brighton can. But you're not willing to discuss a transfer with us. So yeah, there's no like. Of course, Liverpool fans are going to say, "Oh, Chelsea fans are being bitter. He wants to leave." We don't know nobody really knows what Colwill wants to do. Is that right? I think until he speaks to Poch and he comes out, because all interactions on social media have been him saying, you know, don't talk about football, wherever. I don't want to talk about it. And he's right until he sits down with a manager and says, yo, what you got for me? What's my plans? Are we playing three at the back? Are we playing 4 at the back? Because if you play 4 at the back, he's got less chances. If you play 3 at the back, he's got more chances. Am I right?
Just to come in, there's a lot of Liverpool fans saying that, you know, Chelsea fans are being really weird with Colwill. I remember a certain Steven Gerrard getting his house absolutely egged and slaughtered by Liverpool fans, because when he was linked with Chelsea and he wanted to come to play for Jose Mourinho, you guys wasn't very happy to let that happen. You was moving a little bit weird. So let's relax, Liverpool fans, on the whole, you know, academy products leaving and because it's not really a conversation that you guys can win. I'm not gonna lie. You took it to next levels. You took it to levels that we haven't. We don't know where Colwill lives, so don't play that with us. All right. Now back to the normal conversation with GRIZZ. Good convo here. Good mature convo. Let's go. What are you saying, bro?
After you drop that bomb,
I have to just drop it on them because they forget it.
I like it. Bro. They're being hypocritical because Gerrard did the same thing. Yeah.
What's he got? A year left, Colwill?
Yeah. He's got a year left.
He's got more than that.
He doesn't have a year. He doesn't have a year left. He's got more than that. He's got 3
Sorry. No, year left. It's just a standard situation where he's been on loan to various clubs and he doesn't see a future at Chelsea. Reports are led to believe he wants to. He's a Liverpool fan. Let's get that out there. He is a Liverpool fan. It's not a fabricated story, whatever, blah 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 blah. He's a Liverpool fan. But at the end of the day, money talks. We ain't looking like Chelsea are not even willing to talk. So that's the end of that. If they're not willing to talk, they're not willing to talk. If Chelsea are willing to talk, and he pushes it, I think Liverpool will pay good money. When I say good money, I'm talking 60 million pounds for essentially a guy who's had 1 season in the Premier League. But we see his potential hugely, and he's our number 1 target. And that's where it's at right now. I think this one's gonna linger on until he's had that meeting with Poch, and he himself comes out of
Instagram
meeting, and it's
Instagram videos are a bit weird though. The Instagram videos, GRIZZ, they're a bit weird, aren't they? Like the way he's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, Colwill's a good player, but the way he's moving now and these Instagram videos, like it just seems a bit weird to me. Like if you're gonna have this conversation with,
this is my comeback to Chelsea fans and Matisse. This is my comeback to Chelsea fans and Matisse.
Yeah,
you can tell. Like if he wanted to stay there and he loved the club, he would have come out a long time after.
He shouldn't. Yeah,
but I think with him though,
I think Chelsea is his last choice. I'm not gonna lie.
I think with him though, he's not gonna come out and declare his his undying loyalty for a club that haven't really prioritized him over the past couple of years. He's not going to do that. So I think the ball's in Chelsea's court.
Absolutely.
Balls in Chelsea's court to show how much they value him. And I think Pochettino is the perfect manager for Colwill. And with Badiashile injured as well and Koulibaly sold, that left spot is literally crying out for Levi Colwill. Like, I see no reason why Chelsea would sell him. And Chelsea are right not to sell him. I think with him, as frustrated as he is, he needs to actually be patient because they've got a coach now. They've actually got a coach now who will most likely prioritize him. And yeah, like that's him and Badiashile. That's their role to compete with. And with Badiashile injured now, you've literally got a clear run to make it your own. Make it your own.
100%. 100%. Literally said it perfectly.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I just think the way he's moving though online is mad. But I get it. Online is a different perception and whatnot. But I don't think
so. I don't think he should. I get what you're saying. He's not moving like I know the video talking about with Madueke. He's not moving like as if he's mad excited.
There's another one as well. There's another video as well.
Yeah,
yesterday. You see that video yesterday?
The live where he didn't want to talk about football.
Yeah, the live and that. Yeah,
I'm putting it into context, right? He's just won the under 21 European Championship for the first time in 39 years. The last thing you want to do in a moment like that is then go back to talk about something that is a touchy subject. Where he does need to meet the manager first, and until he meets the manager, there's not really any update on this story. I think it's just a lot of social media people kind of overreacting to very minor little social kind of things and not understanding that somebody's personality is not going to always be the most, it's not going to be the most bubbly or the most, loud or, he's just a little bit within himself.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. 100%.
One super chat on Chelsea. Big up Matisse for his consistency in saying Poch was best option for Chelsea. United fan, but that first press conference showed Chelsea have a grown-up in charge. He's going to remind Twitter merchants of his level.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Poch, I can't think of a manager since, obviously, Tuchel when he came in. I didn't have the, massive love for Tuchel until when he left because obviously he hadn't done anything yet. And, but when it comes to Poch, I think since probably Mourinho, when he came back, I've never actually wanted someone to do so well, genuinely, because I just, you can't lose with this situation. If he does brilliantly, it pisses off Tottenham fans. It puts respect back on his name. I get a lot of validity from. I just kept trying to tell people this guy's not a strong. Yeah, brother. Yeah, run with it. Like, bro, it's just the amount of times I tried to prop him up, and these guys just kept just trying to smash it back down. And it's like I don't understand where all of this negative kind of propaganda's come around from Poch's name, and I don't understand it. So for me, I'm here for it, man. If this guy succeeds, I'm gonna be buzzing for him, buzzing.
Well, I hope he fails. So yeah.
Actually, two more just coming on Chelsea. Chelsea is an under 23 squad, says Shaffer, with no leadership and not much experience. And
can I ask Matisse something as well? Sorry. When you're done.
Jeeba says last year Tuchel chased three left-sided centre backs, one of which was Gvardiol. The club shouldn't be surprised he wants assurances. 50-60 million is peanuts for his potential. That's the last one, Grizz.
And TOBS might be able to help me. But what is Pochettino's preferred formation, like defensive setup? Is he a 4 at the back?
He'll play a 4, yeah. He'll play a 4, yeah.
If you play a 4 at the back.
Preferred is 4-2-3-1, but I don't think he'll be afraid to play a 3 at the back as well.
If it's 4 at the back, who's your centre backs right now? Matisse, who's your options? Badiashile is out for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Colwill,
Fofana, Silva, who I think will be moved to the bench more this season, and then Trevor, who could be leaving Chalobah. Poch only wants 4 centre backs. He doesn't want 5, apparently. So that means Trevor could leave, and then you've got Silva, Colwill, Badiashile, and Fofana.
So looking at those three, yeah. So they're looking at Badiashile is injured. I think he's going to play Colwill from the first game and say you're my starting centre back, possibly alongside Silva to start off with, right? And then we take it from there. I think that's where he's going to sell him. I think it's up to Colwill now if he believes that and he accepts that. Because if you play 4 at the back, it's going to lessen your chances. But the ones that you've mentioned, me, there's not much competition right there. I don't rate Chamber like that. Fofana, since his injury, has been half the player. Even you and Chelsea fans will admit that he's not been the same.
He's not had a great season, though.
That injury's serious, man. It wasn't a joke, man. It was a serious injury.
Yeah.
And players don't come back, man. Joe Gomez example. Joe Gomez had 2 of those. Yeah. So players don't come back. So I think this is one of those ones that I don't think we heard the end of it. But because you got to remember, you don't want Moises Caicedo, as you were saying, and Brighton want him as well.
Yeah, so we already told Brighton that's not happening. I think they understand that now. They just want their money. I think Brighton just want 100 million, which is a lot.
It's crazy money, but just pay it. You've paid it for Enzo. Just pay it now, innit?
Man.
Since when do you lot have morals when it comes to?
Don't get me wrong. Badashile's injury changes everything, though. Because if Badashile was fit, I see Colwill leaving. But Badashile being injured for a little while, because Badashile for me is one of the best young centre backs in Europe. And I know people may not see it now, but I mean I'm seeing it, innit?
You're seeing it. I hear that.
Yeah, he's one of the best young centre backs in Europe. But I don't know how long he's in for.
Have you guys got alternative targets that you're going to move on to?
So we're playing it coy with the centre back area. With centre back area, we're only willing to splash big money.
Inacio, man. Inacio. You've got Andre Silva, probably. You know, there's a couple out there.
Hold on, let me just block a few dickheads in the chat.
You should go for Laporte at Man City.
No.
Isaisi is good from Monaco.
What's wrong with Laporte?
Nothing. Did I say anything wrong with him? I said no.
No. I'm saying
doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with him.
No, I'm saying why wouldn't you go for Laporte?
The same reason why you wouldn't go for Gallagher. He's not. That's not the profile of centre back that we're looking for in the left side. It's not the profile of centre mid that you're looking for.
You want more of like an athlete. Is that right? Fair.
Pace and power. We're looking.
Fair.
Before Decisive. Axel Decisive, he's quite good. Powerful, strong, plays at Monaco.
You never watched the guy play. Is that the Monaco one?
Yeah.
I've never watched him.
I haven't seen enough of that one. I've heard good things about him, but I haven't seen enough of him.
Okay.
One more just coming on Chelsea. If Colwill comes out and says something, his side can't bargain anymore. Why would he say something and lose that leverage? Use your brains, folks. Also 80 million minimum. 80 million minimum, you know.
Crazy.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, they're serious, man. He's cold. It's got 3 years left. You're paying for potential. Like they said about who was the other player that you were talking about? Play for potential.
Trafford.
Someone said that. Yeah. There you go. Pay for potential, man.
Someone in the chat said Malang Sarr to Liverpool.
That's crazy.
We can definitely do a good price.
Good price, bro. You got him on a free, though. To be fair, though,
we did. So that's why I'm happy to take 5 million.
Any price is a good price.
5 million add-ons. Let's talk.
The amount of flops that come out of Chelsea, man. It's not. People don't talk about it enough, man. The amount of flops is crazy.
People are used to it now. That's what it is, man.
Man United.
No, come on, man. Chelsea have had probably the worst out of the flops in the Premier League. Come on, man. How many flops have you had?
United
have had a few.
United are running Chelsea.
Chelsea are clear, though. Chelsea are clear, though. Guys, come on. Let's be honest.
You dropped £80 million cash.
Guys. I can name 10 strikers. Forget anyone else. I can start 10 with strikers. Higuain, Morata, Batshuayi.
We're going back that far, bro. Alexis Sanchez, Di Maria. I can do this with you too. No problem.
Okay. Yoko. I can do the back and forth. If we had a little game, and we talk about flops, I can name more flops for Chelsea than you can name for Thingy. I think that we should do that.
It'll be close, though. Yeah. It'll be very close.
I don't know, but I think
I heard Pogba's available for 10 million euros.
Listen, Pogba ain't a flop. Let's not do that.
No, I didn't say he was.
I'm saying it. Pogba was definitely a flop. What?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. This conversation. Black and white. What are you doing there? What are you doing here?
Hold on. You are talking rubbish.
I feel like the subject is much more nuanced. I can't lie, because you can't just flat out say he was a flop, because he actually had. I would probably say he only had one really bad year. Like most years, he was either good, really good, or quality. He had these issues, but he was never like. He was rarely.
Come on, man.
he rarely had the, oh my God, this is an awful campaign. Like you can't really say that about his time at United. But did he fulfill his true promise?
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's a different question.
that's what I'm
Did he
saying. Like,
fulfill his
there's a
potential
nuance to it.
and a flop?
Black
Two
and white.
different things.
He definitely had awful campaigns, bro.
How many?
Bro, for me,
Let's
he
ask
was
Grizz.
one
Grizz
of
will
the-
probably balance.
Better question is
No,
how many great seasons did he have? That's the better question. How
Thank
many,
you.
Yeah,
£100 million player.
Oh,
£100 million player, and you're talking to man.
£100 million player. We're talking about how many bad seasons did he really have?
Bro, relax. This guy's ready. He's ready for the conversation. He woke up. Man. He woke up. Are you awake?
Grizz has killed me.
Licking his lip in this conversation.
Think about what we're saying here.
Okay, no problem.
Listen, yeah, I'm not ready to have this conversation because I feel like we've done this before. But for me,
Yeah.
Paul Pogba is not a flop. We've seen his undeniable quality. He's been the team really not been managed to kind of get to his level.
It wasn't a success. I'll give him that.
Oh, we seen Di Maria's quality at United. He was a flop at United as well.
Listen, we seen it for about 10 minutes. Di Maria's qualities. We had one game against QPR.
Was
We're talking about.
Can we do a quick vote?
Has Martial been a flop?
One at a time. Look what Pogba does to people, man.
Has
Rattles everyone. One at a time.
Has Martial been a flop?
I mean, Chapati and
Martial.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that conversation more than Pogba. I think for me,
There ain't no fucking conversation, bruv. Martial, there ain't no fucking.
I'm just saying. What's wrong with you guys? I said to you, I'm willing to have that conversation more.
No conversation.
There's no conversation, bro.
Listen, but the thing is, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm saying there's a conversation to be had about that. Was this one? There's no conversation about Pogba being a flop. He has not been a flop. He's not.
No.
I don't listen.
Wow.
He has been an
Okay, listen. Okay, let me be serious. Let me be
and
serious.
it's down to the Go on.
Let me be serious when it comes to the Pogba. A lot of kids in the chat saying, "Oh, he's won this, he won that," and just because he wasn't a success doesn't mean he was a bad player. Great players, good players haven't been successes in the Premier League. We know so many. All of our clubs could name a whole heap of players that were great players or very good players that weren't successful. You cannot, with a serious face. Are you with a serious face? There's no debate.
I'm being serious.
Okay, no problem.
Because you know what it is, yeah? We need to have this conversation. You know, when you talk about flop, we're talking about a guy who's not really kind of showing anything. You're talking about the characteristics.
Elevating Man United.
We have seen Pogba show undeniable quality in the Premier League. It's again, like I said to you, what we're doing is we're associating what's done. Oh, David Ornstein. Oh yeah. So what we're doing, we're associating a lot with Man United's failures around Paul Pogba. Pogba in himself, for me, has done what he's had to do. He's had multiple good seasons. He's had multiple successful seasons at Manchester United. He has shown his quality time and time again. So for me, that's the way I kind of look at it. Again, I'm open to your opinion there, Grizz. That's your opinion. You know what I mean? But like I said, you're talking about people are putting Diego Forlan in the conversation with Paul Pogba. Like, come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Let's not do this. Come on, man.
People are saying that Martial had 2 good seasons out of 8. So he's not a flop. So that's 1 good season per 4 years.
So Martial is a bona fide flop.
That's what I
you guys can, you know what I mean?
He's definitely a flop. I think the Paul Pogba conversation, that's why I said it requires a bit more discussion. Like if you want to look at it in black and white, because obviously it's either a success or failure. If you want to look at it in black and white, then you can't exactly call his time at United a success, right? Because he would still be there if it was a success, right? So then you'd probably have to vote for it as a failure. But then it's deeper than that, because I don't think he per se failed as a player throughout. There were moments, there were games where he was inconsistent. But when you look at his time at Man United, as I said again, I don't think there are many seasons you can say where Paul Pogba was crap for Man United. I don't think that's the case.
You know where it comes down to?
His issue was always, sorry, Saeed. His issue for me was always, can you be consistent to a world-class level? It wasn't, you are playing dog shit. Is, can you be consistent to a world-class level? Can you be your team's best player 80% of the games? Because that's what he was expected to be. And he wasn't that for the majority of the games. But that doesn't mean that he was bad for the majority of the games. His first season, he was good with issues. His second season, very good with issues. His third season, he was fantastic with issues. His fourth season was injured for the majority of the season. His fifth season, he was really good. Really, really good. His sixth season, he was injured. So out of 6 seasons, you'd say maybe like one horrendous season. that was in
100%, and that was injury prone. You know what it is?
one,
Similar situation with a lot of people like talk about Ozil at Arsenal, and people associate with him being a flop. Maybe the way it's kind of turned out in the end, but I look at Ozil's time. Would I class Ozil as a flop at Arsenal? No, because I've seen the qualities that he's had, and for me, on the majority of it, Ozil's been a quality player at Arsenal. So that's where, for me, you have to sometimes separate the situation around Ozil rather than looking at the player of Ozil and who he was. I don't think, for me, Ozil was a flop at Arsenal. I think he had good years at Arsenal.
He wasn't
but the situation around it is that. Sorry.
He wasn't a flop at Arsenal. No, he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where I look at it in that aspect, because you know what I mean. And I'm not trying to drag people into it. I'm just saying
you can't compare the Ozil time at Arsenal to Pogba's time at Arsenal.
I've just literally said I'm not comparing the situation, but I'm just
looking
at it and I'm analysing. Bro, are you?
Why are you mentioning it then?
Grizz, you know the thing is, you hear one word and you didn't hear everything else I said around it, but you hear Ozil. Like, relax, uncle. Like, I'm just saying. Like, Ozil, when you surround his name and the situation around him, it's two different things. Come on, man.
So why did you bring it up?
Because I still think they have similarities in their story.
Okay, are you hearing this, guys? Are you hearing this guy?
What?
There's no similarities. I just said that. So why did you bring it up? Because there's similarities.
There are definitely similarities between Paul Pogba and Mesut Ozil.
There's similarities, but you're just.
That's why I said. So that's why. So I've accepted the similarities. Let Uncle come back in.
Why are you jumping it? So why are you jumping it as if I'm saying something that's out of this world?
Because you're saying
why is your reaction so negative? Like, I don't get it.
Negative. It's just my opinion. Just because you got to like it. Look, what I'm saying is you.
No, I'm not saying I'm liking it. It's the way you kind of like you jumped. And I said, whoa, Ozil.
Because you said earlier in the conversation you said there's no debate around this. How the hell? We've just spent 20 minutes on it. Of course, there's a debate with 5 men disagreeing with your one opinion. And many Man United fans will tell you he was a flop for the price, for what he was brought for the peak of his career, whether it was injury, whether his managers didn't understand him, whether coaches' tactics weren't right for him, whatever the weather, Trevor. He was a flop for 190 million or whatever. People were saying he wasn't 100 million. He was a flop for 90 million.
Yeah, for the price, he didn't live up to what he was.
And TOBS, even take out the price, he was brought. Take out the price, he was brought as a prodigal son returning, elevating Man United. I didn't see him elevate Man United at any given time. Maybe a few games here and there.
For Man United, though. Again, look at what I'm saying. You're looking at the situation around Paul Pogba. He shouldn't have been. We should have built a team around him, but we didn't do that. And that was the failures of Manchester United rather than the failures of Paul Pogba. Again, you don't look at that situation, do you?
That's fine. That's your opinion. I can't say
that. You see what I mean? You don't look at Pogba like that, though. You don't give him that sympathy in that aspect.
Look what you've started, Matisse. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Yeah, no, this is my fault. This is my fault.
On Paul Pogba's side, yes, he should have. There were games where his level just dropped to an unacceptable level for a player of his caliber. There were one too many games like that in Man United.
Look at the qualities he had around him as well.
Yeah. Like, you're saying that, but respectfully, when he's playing away to teams like Brighton and Southampton, and you're stinking out the joint more than man like McTominay, that's not right. So there are games where that happened.
Yeah, but there was isolated incidents. Yeah, I get that 100%. No, and I'm held accountable for that.
But there were. That's what the point. That's why his time hasn't looked that great, because there were one too many games like that for Paul Pogba. However, at the same time, I think it was unrealistic for Man United to expect Paul Pogba to do everything in that midfield. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He has to score goals. He has to be the playmaker. He has to be the destroyer. He has to be the controller. He had to do too many things at Man United. And I'm actually one of the people who criticized Paul Pogba for his time at United, because I was told he's a world-class player, but I didn't see consistent world-class performances. But
that's what I'm saying.
I think
there's a difference between saying he wasn't world-class at Man United versus he was bad at United. He wasn't bad at United.
I think he was in the grey area.
That's why
I think for me, unfulfilled is a great situation to talk about.
If he's unfulfilled and he's in a grey area, then he's in a flop. Because if you're trying to look at it, hang on. Just let me say this piece, because I actually don't really care that you think Pogba's a flop or not. But if you're trying to look at it as black and white as possible, Paul Pogba was brought in to be the best midfield, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, if not the best midfielder in the Premier League. He was gassed up. He's going to elevate United. He's going to be their Kevin De Bruyne figure. Did he ever do that? No. He had some good games.
Can I just say something, though?
I know, I'm not done. He had some good games. He was decent at times. He scored some decent goals. But was he consistently one of the best Premier League midfielders? No. So he's a flop.
At any
He brought in
stage,
to
was
do
he?
that.
He wasn't even there at
You know
any
what's mad?
stage.
You put Man United, any midfielder in that Man United team, and I think even I'd go as far as Kevin De Bruyne. I genuinely do. Any midfielder would have struggled in this Man United era in terms of that midfield era. He was never helped. We never built a team around it. When you're looking at it when he start, I think Kevin De Bruyne could do anything with Michael. Sometimes Michael Carrick was at 36, Fellaini. You know, these guys who for me weren't Man United's level. I genuinely don't think it was a position that was poisonous. But yes, he still stood up to it. There was multiple seasons he did well. And for me, I look at him and I still think he was a world-class midfielder. Whether you guys agree with that, it's up to you. But was he unfulfilled? And did he fulfill his potential? Absolutely not. I'm here to kind of categorically say that he did not fulfill the potential at Man United. But there are multiple, reasons as to why that happened. And if you put that together, then you see why it never worked out in the end.
So did Naby
for Paul
Keita.
Pogba.
So did Naby Keita, and Naby Keita didn't fulfill his potential as well.
Nah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
For you to even compare, you to even mention that scrub,
This is what he really wants to say, though. What he's doing is he's trying to be crazy. He's trying to be politically correct. Yeah? This is what you really want to say. So why don't you just really say what you want to say? And we can get over it. Say what you want to
No,
say.
I rate it.
I know Jordan.
I rate it.
I know Jordan Henderson never fulfilled
I
his
rate
potential, and he never did whatever he did, and he's going now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad.
Wait, hold on. Look what I just said, and you know what, man? I said Naby Keita didn't fulfill his potential. That's all I said. And he didn't. Unless I'm hearing. Hold on. Do you think he did?
No, Naby Keita.
All I said he didn't.
He was
Bro, he had no say in anything that Liverpool did.
It's incorrect. I watched Naby Keita. He had loads of good moments. Probably the same as Pogba.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Grizz,
you're
can you
crazy.
talk to us about your other midfielder, who's the subject
Yeah,
of
exactly.
a 700K
Talk about
a
Jordan
week
Henderson.
offer from El. How did Gerard pronounce it? Our etiquette.
Yeah. We might.
That's Gerard's first major signing is Henderson.
The show might not be monetized if we say what he said. That came out, man. Yeah, look, people are saying, reliable journalists are saying 700K. I'm dubious about that 700K offer from this team, because you got to remember, this is not one of the big rich teams of Saudi Arabia. This is it's the team that's Steven Gerrard has just joined. But I mean, 700K a week. Who says more than that, right? Yeah. All the reliable journalists are saying it, but let's see. I'm literally.
That's peas.
Exactly. I'm literally trying to find out from my side, but
You can't turn that down, man. There's no
you can't turn that
way
down,
you can
bro.
turn that
I'm
down.
sure
Agreed,
Honesty said it, Grizz. Grizz Honesty has put a tweet out saying about the 700K right now. I think he's put a tweet up.
I mean, 700 grand is crazy, right? I mean, I don't know what to make of that. What do you make of that, guys? I want to know what you guys make of
Pack
that.
your bags. You go to the contract.
This is my point.
Sign the contract. Yeah.
Yep.
This is my point. This 100%. But is this the biggest wage in world football, guys?
Yep.
Only Mbappe probably earning more than this. Do you reckon?
No.
Oh no, Mbappe's making more. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Only Mbappe probably.
Ronaldo's making more.
No. There's other Saudi players that have signed for a lot.
Benzema, all these guys.
Benzema, all them Kante. I don't know how much
Messi will
Kante
make more than that as well.
Yeah, but to pay that for
Henderson,
washed Jordan Henderson. I'm gonna say I'm a Liverpool fan. He's a legend, but I'm real. He's washed, man. He's washed. You don't know I've been saying it for ages. I'm not gonna suddenly start saying Jordan Henderson. To pay Jordan Henderson, that kind of money is insane, isn't it? That's sick.
It's mad.
It's madness. That don't make any sense on any level. And if that's the case, then Jordan Henderson is mad not to take it. Let's see if he actually goes and takes it. Because, as I said to you guys, I'm expecting bit upheaval and change and ruthlessness from Klopp and wherever. And this will be just further along those lines of upheaval and change, especially in the midfield area. That will literally leave us, two senior players in Fabinho and Thiago, Thiago's future's in doubt as well, because there's a lot of teams sniffing around him as well. So this is a madness. It's wild season we just had, and now we're having wild transfer season. It's only 3-4 weeks in. I think we've got another 3-4 weeks of it left yet, maybe minimum. So let's see how it goes. If that's true, and it turns out to be factual as if the deal progresses, then it's insane from all parties. But I have my doubts if that's a real figure that they're offering him 700 grand for Jordan Henderson.
Do you know what?
Does it make sense?
We do tend to hear these massive numbers, and then when the deal is actually done, it does come down a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right to me. 700 grand.
I don't doubt the validity of it, to be honest, because I feel like these guys are throwing mad peas around. We already know Kante and Benzema are on big contracts there. We know Ronaldo's on big contracts there. And even let's go back to like 10 years ago when it was Russia that was doing this instead of Saudi. Like Eto'o was on something mad like 10 years. Eto'o was on something like 300-400 bags a week like 10 years ago in Russia. So if they were doing that 10 years ago, I have no reason to doubt that Saudi would give Jordan Henderson this wage. And didn't they say they were pumping in 20 billion into their football league? So
yeah, it's crazy.
They got money to blow, man. They got money to blow. And obviously
they have, but this club,
Gerrard though, man, what's he doing though?
This club actually doesn't, which is making me think that's what's bugging my brain, bugging my mind. My Liverpool people know that I knew about the Gerrard story in and out. When they said he signed, he hadn't signed. I was the one who said he hadn't signed.
First.
Back, he's going to take 2 weeks. So I know I've got a link at this club. So that's what I'm thinking. No, not at this club, but knows about this club. This is wild. 700k. I don't know what to make of it. That's mad. There's no way anyone says no to that.
He hasn't. Yeah, no, crazy. It's just about, for me, travel, environment. Apparently, Jordan Henderson
learning Arabic, buddy.
Yeah, little Arabic.
Learning Arabic,
got some. Yeah,
bro. If that was me, I would adapt
things
fast.
That
you got a link to Qatar. You started wearing the robe and shit, man.
Bro, I've still got it. Just in case they ring my phone, I've got it.
How many men come here and don't learn the language? It's calm. You don't need to learn the language.
Yeah, exactly. No, you don't need to learn if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them. They speak English anyway, man. Everyone speaks English.
Yeah, they concentrate on English anyway. They learn English.
English, man.
They learn English, but that's insane levels of money. If that's true, he'll take it. I think that's where we will find out. If that's not true, he won't take it. He will stay. I think we'll find out. You don't turn down 700, but you can possibly turn down 300. Just to stay at Liverpool if you don't want to move to Saudi. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a ludicrous offer that you can't say no to.
You know
and then there's offers that you can say no to, but they're great offers.
It doesn't seem right, man. It just doesn't seem right because they offered Bernardo Silva recently 500 grand a week. And Harry Kane is telling me that Bernardo Silva is worth 200 grand a week less than Jordan Henderson. I don't know. Listen, you know, with the money they have over there, you genuinely don't know, but it doesn't seem right, man. It doesn't.
That's it. I'm just thinking, it doesn't seem right. But until tomorrow, let's see. I don't think this story will linger. It's going to be either gone in the next 24, 48 hours or shut down in the next 24. Klopp won't want this lingering now because this is the captain you're talking about. So what we do know is it's going to be shut down either by tomorrow evening or, he's actually packed his bags by tomorrow evening.
But it's mad though, man. They bought the Saudi brought that player Milinkovic-Savic, man. That was a big one for me, man. I don't know about you guys, but I've watched him in the Lazio for a couple of years now. Top player, man. We were linked with him for so many years. I think Arsenal were linked with him last summer.
I don't know him. I don't watch him week in, week out. But this guy, everybody every year is talking. He's talking. Everybody talks about him.
He's a good player, man.
But he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't go anywhere. And if it's only 40 million,
he doesn't go anywhere.
He doesn't go anywhere. Exactly. And if it's only 40 million euros, then why didn't somebody else come in for him?
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. Because you know what it is though. Lazio have always put the price up and whatnot, and they just kind of took the piss. Mourinho waited for so many years, but for me, that was a big indicator. That's a big move, and I even seen Mitrovic today as well. Links with him going to the Saudi. So, bro,
he wants to go.
Listen, man.
He wants to go.
Yeah. Listen,
obviously.
I don't
know. Accept the bid that they've put down.
I'd want to
go. Crazy.
Listen, I'd want to go as well.
This super chat's kind of on subject. I've got about 14 super chats here, and then we'll play a little clip from the Fox 5 interview and we'll wrap it up. Zuberi says, do you guys think the Saudi League are stepping on MLS clubs with these wages and recent transfers? I think yes is the answer, but
big up Zuberi, by the way.
Yeah, big up, guys. We met him in New York, by the way, in the bar. And big up Zuberi.
Oh yeah. Well,
man.
How sustainable is it? That's the question. Because when China were doing it, was it China that were doing it? With years ago.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I think these are different. different.
Yeah.
28 billion is sustainable. 28 billion. They got 28 billion fund to play with. These lot ain't getting nowhere.
Champions League soon come, man. Champions League is.
I think you're right.
Saudis ain't getting nowhere.
I'll put
Yeah,
money on it right now myself that they will end up in the Champions League soon come. They're not playing about, man. They've got a plan and an infrastructure in place. They're here to stay.
That'd be a big draw if they get that. Jashar, big up Turkish.
More than happy to have them if they'll have us.
Listen, I've chosen my team, man.
I told you, let's pick a team. Pick a team.
There's 6 of us and there's 6 big teams apparently.
If we can't agree, we do a draw.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Shotgun, Ittihad. I've already said it. Ittihad.
Let's do a team. Let's pick a team and let's do this, bro. Big 6 go Saudi. Come on.
Yeah, how about our tour next summer? We go Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, back that.
Yo, listen.
I got
the robe and that.
I got you.
The robe.
I got you.
That's Grizz's scene. You get with the robe and that. You know what I'm saying?
Pick a team. Let's do a team. I'm serious, guys. Let's pick a team.
Yeah, we'll do a draw thing. We'll do a draw one day and then we'll.
Yeah,
not Benzema's team.
No, you can't choose.
We'll do a draw. We'll do a draw.
Imagine I go with Artifact, with Steven Gerrard. I'd cry. I'd actually cry.
That's the fun of the draw.
Imagine. That's the alternate reality there. It's all mad. Just shout out, big up Turkish on the panel, Skull, Thuggery, the members, and the chat. A question to the panel: who was the biggest success at United, Veron or Pogba? For me, Veron, he didn't live up to expectations, but I still think he was the biggest success than Pogba was.
See what I'm saying?
Veron.
Conversations. See what I'm saying?
Bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm thank you for the super chat, Joshua. I know you've been here for a while on the channel, so yeah, man.
Did you guys see the Saudi Pro League hired Chelsea former sporting director Eminalo and a technical director to help run the operation smoothly? Like Grizz said, they're trying to do something. Like Hugh said, they got the money and the power to do something. So let's see how serious they are about it. But they're attacking on multiple fronts. You see it with boxing as well and other sports here and there. Chris says, as an opposition, you normally fear what world-class players do. I have to say, I never feared Pogba. Class, just best bet was he wouldn't show up.
Never feared him. Even Liverpool. In the heyday, I used to fear Man United, certain players. Never feared Pogba when I was playing with Liverpool, when Pogba played Liverpool. Ever. What does that say?
No.
Did you fear Liverpool? Did you not fear Pogba? Huey, did you fear Pogba when you were playing Man United?
We're about to open up that tin of worms again, Grizz. We don't need to go
sorry.
Pogba had a masterclass at Man City.
My bad.
He had that one day where he stopped us winning the league a week early.
I think the title race was already done by then, but yeah.
Well, don't worry.
We only got the 100 points that season. It's no big deal.
So end of the day, you talk about performances again. You know,
context on that masterclass is probably needed.
All right. He's not a flop. Don't worry, it's great.
Hill says £90 million before clubs were spending that crazy money for midfielders. SAEED, Pogba wasn't a flop. Be real, brother. He did not even nearly live up to it. No comment. Arteta Baller says, Turk whining Arsenal taking long to announce Rice. You took 1.5 years to start the Big Six channel and told fans to be patient. Hold yourself to the same standards, bro. Ooh. Yeah. No, I hold myself to the same standards as a $1 billion football club. That makes sense, doesn't it?
First.
Whoa,
man.
Well, that's that.
Thanks for that $5 as well.
That's sorted.
Well, he should be thanking you though. Your protest got you lot the money that you're spending now, innit? We won't crunk you up. So we won't crunk you up.
Trust me. Hopefully we don't need to do that again. We don't see them dark times again. What's this guy on though? Seriously. Edgar says, what are you boys doing from the 12th to the 22nd of December? That's quite a while away.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, man.
What Frank saying? Was he suggesting saying? I don't get it.
What are you saying, Edgar? Follow up.
Club World Cup, I think, is then. I might be in Saudi.
I move on a week-to-week basis.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Follow up, Edgar. Let me see. 6 in the City needs to be a reality show, or 12th in the City to accommodate Chelsea.
Wow.
Way.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Because I love how you guys never walk alone. Big up Zuberi, man. I hope you're good, bro. Joe says, Turkish, if Klarteta doesn't win silverware this year after spending nearly $1 billion, will you hop off the fence and want him out? SAEED, Mason Mount 7 cooking. Well, I don't understand what fence I'm on.
The people are confused.
Good one.
I'm confused. Toby, would you care to explain what fence I'm on, since you're the originator of the...
Nah, bro. That's you. That's
you can't explain what fence I'm on. We're all going in the same direction right now, my guy. The red side.
They want controversy and no harmony.
No, but obviously no.
Billion squad.
You think I'm talking about new era and we're spending 100 mil and I'm not going to be and it's challenging for title bare minimum, going to the latter stages of the Champions League bare minimum. This is the era we're in now. The standards raised are raised. That's it. No going back down now. No going back down.
Cool, bro. Cool.
Huh?
I said cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen, a couple more signings. Though that prediction show at the start of the season might be tasty.
Hey, come on.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Arsenal winning it all, man. Come on.
Yeah, boy. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Right. Come on, man.
Things have happened, man.
Come on.
If each of you had to pick the most important goal of your club's history, what would it be? Hugh, it's so tough between Aguero and Rodri. Let's go around. Start with Hugh then.
That's a show, man. We can't think of that. That's a show.
I love the Rodri goal, and I love the fact that we won the Champions League, but I don't think anything's ever going to top the Aguero one, ever. I think that's the most famous goal in Premier League history, most important. I don't think the Rodri goal happens without the Aguero goal, if that makes sense. The knock-on effect from winning that Premier League, it kick-started the whole 10 years you lot have just witnessed. So, yeah, I'm going to give Aguero, man. He's the king. He's the king.
Yeah, outside looking in, I'd say you made the right choice. SAEED.
For me, it'd be, and Solskjaer has won it. Probably the 99 one. I think that's probably the most important goal in Man United's history, if I'm being honest with you. Same, just the way we won it in the end, last minute to spare. So I'd probably say Solskjaer 99.
Solskjaer 99. GRIZZ?
See, I'm gonna have to go back, and you lot won't remember because you weren't born. Shit. You know what I mean, but Dalglish, man. Dalglish, you know, when he was playing manager, won it at Chelsea, the double, the league, sorry. I don't know, man. There's so many important goals, man. We roll like that with important goals, man, at my club. I don't know, man.
There we go.
It's serious, man. We roll like that, man. Bare important goals, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do another Turkish.
Where does the Origi one rate?
Steven Gerrard one.
Oh, the Origi one.
There's loads, man. There's loads. The Origi one, there's loads, man. Steven Gerrard scored fucking a whole heap of important goals himself. So,
from loads of important goals to TOBS.
That's
why when he saw the super
that was nasty.
Like, oh my god, I've got one.
Nasty.
Right. I could see it from a mile away.
That was nasty.
Oh, shit. I knew what was coming. I knew it.
Foul.
But listen,
if we could give Bossman a red card, if we could kick Turkish off his own street, that's a red card. That's a foul tackle. That tackle was hard.
That's on next year's best bits. Scar, I hope you clip that, my guy.
That's all he's got. Cheap shots, bro.
Nah, go on.
I know you don't want to say the name, Toby, but it's got to be that guy.
I don't know. Maybe like one of the ones when Spurs won a league title all those years back, Ricky Villa and the UEFA Cup. I don't know, like one of those ones.
Bro, where are you going? Recent,
what do you mean? Where am I going?
I know he's going.
Just say Lucas Moura, bro, and just.
No, I'm not saying Lucas Moura. We didn't win it. We didn't win it, bro.
Yeah, that's not the most. That's the most gassed you've ever been. That's the most gassed you've ever been.
One of the most gassed I've been. But how is that the most important goal in Tottenham's history? Come on.
Yeah, but he means your history, not the. Not like
my history. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, we're talking my history. I'm gonna go with. The cup final win was really good. I did enjoy that.
Dickhead, bro. Just say Lucas, man.
He's trying so hard to swerve Lucas.
He's trying so hard.
Jonathan Woodgate, 2008. Yeah.
Shut up.
You're a wanker. Nah.
I did enjoy that, but to be fair, Lucas Moura's hat trick was brilliant. But I'm not going to let you lot have the satisfaction. Jonathan Woodgate, 2008. Yeah.
Say no more, Matisse.
I did enjoy Wayne Bridge at Highbury.
You were born during Wayne Bridge at Highbury.
How old do you think? How old am I?
You were born.
How old am I? How old am I? How old am I? How old am I?
I know the answer. I'm not saying it on air.
For me, Drogba's. Yeah, I think Drogba's penalty, man. Like you could go. Yeah, I think for me, Drogba's penalty because that was the biggest moment of my. That was the biggest moment of my. Huh?
Not the goal itself, because the goal was basically
the header from the corner was unbelievable. Yeah, because it was an equalizer. It wasn't taking us to the win. It was just keeping us alive. So that was huge. Just probably top 5 goals. But I think the penalty just to seal the deal for me. 100%. That's just unbelievable feeling.
Cool. Mine that I lived probably. Well, Michael Thomas at Anfield is definitely one of the most important goals, but I was way too young for. I was 1 year old. Will toward Old Trafford.
Big goal.
Yeah, big goal to be fair.
Trafford, probably that winning the league there.
Was it Overmars as well? There was one big goal. Overmars scored at Old Trafford.
He scored against United as well.
Yeah, 98.
Yeah, I'd probably say that one. But it's tough though. All right, let's keep it moving because we've done 1 hour 50 minutes. There's still more super chats. They're still coming in. And there's 4.6k here. Hit the like button, people, and let me continue.
Still got Man City.
Turkish, explain this. Arteta will revive Havertz business. Do you believe it? Feels like his real job is competition to push Odegaard to grow up. Our fans want Arteta to be Messiah so badly. Don't pay too much attention to it. Do I believe it? Do I believe he can bring the best out of Havertz? Yes. Do I believe it will happen? That's where I have my doubts. Number 8. You know what? I'm confident about the season, and Havertz is a part of that. I guess 65 mil is a lot of money. It's a big risk. It's the one that if it doesn't work out and Arsenal don't progress from last season, everyone's going to look at that and Arteta's going to be judged on that one. If it does work out and Arsenal do move on to win majors, no one's going to care how much we paid for Havertz or how many goals or assists he's got. If he's part of the squad that's winning a league, challenging for a Champions League and so on. So do I believe he can? I believe he can. I mean, Arteta, over the last couple of years, he has shown something. At the very least, he's shown something. Chris says, question for the panel. Next big contracts for Mbappe and Haaland are pricing themselves out of clubs they'd want to be at. Saudi will pounce. Will they lower demands to keep competitive or not? I assume they will, Chris. I mean, as much as, Saudi Arabia have the money, the game is biggest in Europe. The game is biggest in this league. So I don't see that happening. I don't see players of that ilk at that age ever signing for an American club, a Saudi club, or so on. But yeah, we'll see. In my opinion, says Laka, I think Arsenal is just taking the piss with the Rice transfer. Everyone knows he's an Arsenal player. They're just taking their time. Should be done before Friday. It'll all be done before the tour, and they're leaving on Sunday. So just expect the next couple of days, a couple of announcements. At this point, a rich man needs it. Tottenham have it, and the good want it. What is that, you may ask? Nothing. At this point, a rich man needs it. Tottenham have it, and good want it. What is that?
He's taken us on a journey there. That's mad.
I get the point. I don't know about the landing, but I get the point. Nemi says, any of you coming to DC, New York next week for the US preseason tour? Would love to meet up if you have anything going on. I am. I think I'm the only one on the panel that'll be there. I'll be there with AFTV. Add me on socials. Look at the story. You'll see what I'm up to. But yeah, link up. Question for Turkish, says Mr. BP. If we eventually ever win the league under Arteta, would you say he's arguably one of Wenger's greatest ever signings? No. let's break that all apart. Let's end that now. Wenger statue talk, beautiful. We've moved on from that era. We're heading into a new era. You know, let's hope it's filled with majors. I don't want that connection anymore. Let just leave it now. Let just move on. Just move on. If Arteta wins the league, cool. Arteta wins the league. I wouldn't connect it to Wenger signing him all those years ago. Even though I get it started there, but there's no connection. Grizz, will Liverpool challenge this year? Hussam thinks they will.
Will Liverpool challenge this year? Yeah, I believe we will challenge this year.
Cool. Be here and you'll know the predictions come the start of the season. Hamza says, you are obviously used to being on camera. However, how was it being on camera for cable television? Any different, or were you guys more nervous? I can't lie. I didn't even think about it. I didn't process it. I don't know the rest of it. When we watched it and when we was there, I didn't feel like any of us were nervous. But
come on, man.
We were together in it for a couple of days as well. We built that kind of, you know what I mean, like camaraderie and the banter. So it was natural, man.
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Remember, I said it. And then he says it again.
Yeah,
Remember I said it.
Saeed was saying, listen, he was saying in
Best
the
trip
room,
of my life.
that being here, done it, innit, Saeed, innit?
Yeah, man. Lightweight, innit? Come on.
And last one here from Jason. Turkish, you're going to be back for the Arsenal United game at the MetLife Stadium. Yes, I am, Jace. If you're asking to link up, let's link up, bro. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, Turkish LDN. I'll be posting on my story wherever I am. So if anyone's about, let's link up. 1 hour 56 minutes. You know what? I'm going to play a little preview of the interview. The links are in the live chat. It's pinned at the top. Fox 5 interview. There's one video and there's a feature where big up Dan. He followed us around or showed us around New York, Times Square, the subway, Central Park, etc. But this clip is from the interview. Here it is.
Regardless, they are taking the world by storm. The Big Six is in the big city, and they're right here on a Good Day New York stage. Nice to have you all here.
Thank you.
All right, Turkish, you're not in charge today.
I'll pass the reins to you.
No. Well, I do want to meet everybody. So let's start with you, a little bit about you and the team that you support.
Yeah, so I'm Hugh. I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I'm a Manchester City fan. Travel over every week, spend a lot of time in the UK, and got to know all these guys through making YouTube content. Started off just making content on my own channel, and you get to meet good people and network and make connections, and I found myself in a good place, so I'm here now.
Nice. Saeed, I see you left the hoodie at home.
Left the hoodie at home. We came here to represent, Sometimes we can switch up the roles. And today, coming for a serious look, but, my name is Saeed, Macho Saeed TV. I just like to say I'm the shameless one in the group. Is that fair?
How can you tell? Like, isn't there... How do you figure that out?
I just like to enjoy life.
The people know. Trust me.
People know.
They're all nodding now that he's
I hope in good faith. But yeah, I think I bring the vibe and energy in the group. But yeah, listen, I'm super thrilled to be here and excited to see what happens.
Turkish?
More of that. The links are there, people. In the live chat, they're pinned. If you're watching this after, I'll put it in the comment section. 2 videos on Fox 5 New York's YouTube channel. One's an interview with Rosanna Scotto. Big up Rosanna Scotto. And one is a link up with Dan Bowens going around New York. So make sure you watch both of them. Make sure you like both of them. And make sure you comment on both of them, people.
Yeah, man. Send some love all in the comments. Go and spam the Fox comments chat section, man. You already know what time it is, man. Come on, people. Go on. What is it? Fox 5, innit? The links are there. Yeah, the links are there. Go and spam.
Yo, E-Man. E-Man, tell him again, man. Tell him again, E-Man edits.
Come on. Tell him.
and most importantly, sorry, big up Byron, who made it all happen. If you don't know who Byron is, he's part of Fox 5. He's a big part of Fox 5 New York.
Yeah, big up Byron.
You can see him in vlog number 3 or 4 on the official Big Six channel. So if you're not subscribed to the Big Six channel, go there. There's multiple vids out from New York. There's still a couple more to come out. Apologies for the delay, people, but we had to up the quality and we're making them longer because you requested them to be longer. So next week or so, the next couple of videos will be out, and we have a pool tournament to wrap it all up. Like I said, we're linking up for some football content. More to come from the Big Six this year. Big announcements in the next few weeks regarding the official channel as well. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're at every single person's channel. Hugh, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, Skull, Thuggery. All channel links are in the description below. Did you say Prime De Gea is better than Neuer, SAEED?
What?
Oh, sorry. A chat came in earlier. I just see it now in the super chat section. I just thought it caught my eye, and I thought, nah, I gotta ask him now. You didn't say this, yeah?
That's a question, though.
But then they're saying, "Oh, is SAEED too biased?"
He's asking SAEED. There was a point where he was better than Neuer, though. There was a point where he was.
That's what I'm saying. I think
let's not do this, please. Let's not do this.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's end the show, man.
Let's not.
It's too late.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
A very loaded
Oh,
question.
Jesus. Let's not do this.
Yeah. We can do that for a debate show. I'm ready to debate that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You two ring each other. You can have that conversation, please.
Yeah, definitely.
People, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe right here as well. Love for the love as always, and we'll be back here, Big Sticks, next Wednesday for another transfer roundup. Love for the love, people. We're out. Once I find the intro, there we go.